George Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Can't get away from the lace front thing. It won't go away.
That's because he won't go away. He was on a Breakfast Club. Didn't put a hat on. He's hammering it up.
Well, I mean, he's got to get some deals out of this, right? He has to. How would he not?
I don't know how. First of all, he looks like the dude off Wakanda, the big dude that Kabari or some stuff like that. He can, he can try and get Gorilla Glue.
I mean, any kind of super glue would be a natural fit at this point.
Gorilla Glue's the one.
What about a hair replacement system? I mean, how could it not be?
I mean, he's from Europe, so he could literally go to Turkey.
Well, that's true. That's true. I don't think any of the turkey places advertise. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you should be watching, where you should be subscribing, where you should be locked in and leaving comments throughout the course of the show. We begin the show.
Can't wait.
With breaking news. The Giants have hired Matt Nagy as their offensive coordinator. The Giants have hired Matt Nagy, the former Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, as their offensive coordinator. Now, in name, this is obviously a good thing. I'm not going to knock this because I think if you came out of this feeling that you could have a chance to get somebody like that, you'd feel pretty good. I do have questions.
Yeah, whenever he's coached anybody not named Patrick Mahomes, not so good.
That's question number one. Okay? And obviously, we obviously know what his problems were with Justin Fields in Chicago. Turns out Justin Fields, not good. So we'll give him some grace there.
He almost went to the Pro Bowl this year.
Oh, my God. Get to that later
But you know what the crazy thing is? This is nepotism all over again. Like, when was he even a candidate?
His name has never come up.
And why did anybody else not want this job?
Well, was it not anybody else
Cliff Kingsbury, and who else was up? McDaniels didn't want it.
Obviously, Monken was in the mix. Mike McDaniel didn't want it. Mike thought he was – listen, Mike, Chargers versus
He went to his brother. What you mean?
What do you mean?
He went to Jim.
Yeah, no, but Jim had a better situation. Justin Herbert and those two tackles, that's better. Would you not agree with that? That's a better situation than Jackson Dart right now.
Indictment on Jackson Dart.
Mike McDaniel.
They got the better receiver. Neighbors.
Mike McDaniel had his choice of offensive coordinator jobs, it seems.
And he didn't even consider this one.
Okay, he didn't consider this one.
So is this job as desirable as we think?
Maybe not as desirable as we think.
I think we thought, Harbaugh, they got draft picks, they may have money.
Well, here's my question. How did we go from Matt Nagy?
Nepotism.
No. How did we go from Matt Nagy not 3-4 weeks ago in the mix for head coaching jobs to Matt Nagy being out of a job altogether, and we're bringing back Eric Bieniemy, who, as you have pointed out many times, failed at UCLA. Yeah. And honestly had ticked a lot of people off along the way, and people were not excited to hire him, and that felt like Andy Reid hiring him to save his career.
Well, no, because he still was the running backs coach in Chicago.
In Chicago, sure.
So I'm not going to say that. And the running backs did very, very well when you think about
to help boost his career back up.
Yeah, I think what he's doing is he's doing the Bruce Arian to Todd Bowles thing. He's trying to say, okay, when I retire, maybe if you can't get a head coaching job, this is one place that respects you and understands the why you act like that, how you act like that, and we understand that we don't take it personally, even though Tyreek Hill was killed him when he left. But, this just lets you know, like we talk about the Sean McVay circle where everybody wants to hide at Sean McVay. This is the Andy Reid circle when you think about the enemy coming and saying, okay, well, thought Nagy would get not even a job. They thought Nagy would maybe even get a coordinator job, if not a head coaching job in Arizona or something like that. And, I think Andy Reid called his former employee and Jim Harbaugh and was like, hey, he's part of the family. Take care of him. No different than Anthony Weaver going back to Baltimore. Like, Mentor was going to call the plays, and all of a sudden he hires Anthony Weaver as the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's how this league works, man. That's why you don't get guys in certain positions. That's why guys don't elevate as fast, right? When you think about, because it's the good old boys club. That's just simply what it is. And it's always been that way. It's going to keep being that way. And it's hard to break into people's circles.
Here is John Harbaugh on with Gary Myers the other day, asked about losing out on Todd Monken and how much that sets you back.
It sets us back from a time standpoint for sure, because we were kind of counting on that, and we had to wait longer than we would have wanted to. I wish they decided a little sooner. But there's fortunately for us, there's a good pool of offensive coordinator candidates, really good guys, younger guys, older guys. It's really the whole gamut, and we're not going to be in too big of a hurry time wise to get the right guy. We need to get the right guy who fits. Start with your quarterback Jackson, work through the rest of it. Also the philosophy of how we want to play football. That's really going to be maybe the most important hire going out. The offensive line hire is going to be really important. All the position coaches, but that offensive coordinator position right now is really important.
So with that being the case, it's I look at Dart and how it's Nagy, who was out of a job, and frankly, it was befuddling as to how that happened, how you went from being a head coaching candidate again to then Andy Reid is getting rid of you. Like, I've seen that happen before where a coach will wait a little bit because you do have chances at other jobs, so he doesn't kill your chances at getting another job, but then at some point has to move on because he wants to make a change. Clearly, Andy Reid wanted to make a change at that spot. So what am I missing there that Andy Reid wanted to move on from Matt Nagy, who he brought back from Chicago a couple of years ago when he got fired?
Saved him from Chicago.
Like, what am I missing that happened?
Maybe, they clearly prefer the enemy over Nagy, which says a lot, which we know how certain players feel about the enemy. Maybe in that system, now you're going to be trying to introduce young players. You don't have Kelsey as the big contributor that you would think he would be if he even comes back. Who knows if Mahomes is going to be ready for opening day? Sometimes you need somebody that can crack the whip. And maybe Nagy's not that guy, and Andy Reid doesn't have the energy to be that guy. So you need your bad guy to make sure that guys are on to the details that put guys on edge, that makes the building uncomfortable, right? So Andy Reid, I think, acknowledged that and let Matt Nagy contract expire, basically. He didn't fire him. His contract was up. So that says a lot. He doesn't want to have, firing on his career, and I'm sure he's very grateful for his contribution, but Andy Reid don't need Matt Nagy any more than he need Eric the Enemy. He's a guy that's always been able to do that and being able to coach at a high level and be able to still handle the rigors of being a head coach but also being a coordinator. Just like Anthony Weaver, we don't know if he's if he's a Manchurian candidate, but that's what teams do that have a coaching pool. You can always go home, and that's what we see. We see two guys, going home, and you say, well, home. Well, remember where Harbaugh came from 18 years ago. It was with Philadelphia. Andy Reid. He comes from that. He's from that coaching tree.
So we had a few different guys that were in the mix here. Davis Webb was in the mix. Sean Payton promoted him.
Yep.
And I understand that. But keep in mind, who calls the plays there? Sean Payton.
Right.
It's not Davis Webb. So it might be a promotion in name, but is it really, truly a promotion?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he became assistant head coach like Jim Leonard was. Jim Leonard was a position coach and assistant head coach.
Why wouldn't they have hired Cliff Kingsbury? Do you think it's more likely that Kingsbury blew them off or he blew them off? Or they blew him off? Sean
Payton don't seem like that type of guy.
No. I'm talking about with the Giants. Why wouldn't he hire Kingsbury?
I think Kingsbury, Kingsbury, I'm telling you, there's something going on where, you have a dynamic season with a guy that was a MVP candidate in Jaden Daniels. And in 1 year, Jaden Daniels not healthy, and all of a sudden they can't wait to move on from you.
Did they feel like he put him in harm's way too much? I didn't think so.
No more than Dayball put Dart. No more than Joe Brady put or Monken put Lamar Jackson. What are we talking about? No more than Sirianni did Jalen Hurts. That's the game. Baker Mayfield. What quarterback didn't do something? Hell, maybe that's why Greg Roman's going. But hell, Greg Roman and we saw more RPOs with Lawrence. So I can't say that. I think some people just wear out a building.
Yeah.
And they're intolerable sometimes. And sometimes people say, you know what, we want to get the –
Kingsbury feels like that guy?
Yeah, Arizona.
Really?
Isn't it like that at Arizona?
Yeah.
It seemed like he can be a bit opinionated and you know, you got to understand, you're not the head coach.
Right.
You're not the head coach. That means you're an assistant. You got to act accordingly. And, you know, we have to study, and I'm sure it'll come out later. Players will talk, coaches will talk, but it's going to come out while Cliff's going to probably take another year off. He came back from Thailand, whatever. You know, remember that beautiful picture of him sitting out at his house, and we was like, hey, he out. He probably just stopped getting paid from Arizona.
I think so. I think that's accurate.
But that doesn't mean like he got fired from them. So there's 2 years. It probably was a 3-year deal. He's probably getting paid there. He'll either go consult, he'll go walk around like Mike McCarthy, and then he'll come back.
I can't say this is a bad hire. I can't say it's a bad hire at all.
We don't know what type of hire it is.
Exactly. I can't say it's a good one either. Because I don't know what went on there, man. And it's hard for me to evaluate when we're talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
When you don't have Patrick Mahomes, are you really that great of a coordinator? Well, when he went to Chicago, he had Justin Fields, and you couldn't salvage him.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him to a place where he was playing great football.
But we can't hold that against him because nobody's been able to salvage him. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing pans out. Matt Nagy, it's like a meh. You know, I don't know if I can applaud it. People going to applaud it because, Matt Nagy, he was Patrick Mahomes. No,
people are going to get excited for it because of who he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. He had the name by title. He didn't even call the plays. And if he did call the plays, it was heavily scripted, third downs, 2-minute offense, was all done by Andy Reid.
So Jim Bob Cooter was another guy.
Right.
He was in the mix there.
Bring Jim Bob here.
What happened there? And so he was the Colts offensive coordinator, still is, as far as I know. I don't think he got fired. Because,
is
he? Yeah, he's a guy
No. How can he not? He can't be their coordinator. That's a lateral move. They wouldn't let him interview for coordinator if he was a coordinator.
Well, the Colts
he must have been quarterback's
given
coach.
Him permission.
Nah, hell no. If you're a coordinator and you leaving to be a coordinator.
Yeah, he was the Colts offensive coordinator. The Colts may have given him permission to talk to him.
But we know who's the real coordinator out there, too.
Steichen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well,
because there's no way that you're going to let a dude go get an OC job if he already your OC.
Unless you're fine with him leaving.
So how do you go back?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. He's listed as the offensive coordinator. So
if I'm the Jets, I got me a quarterback's coach.
Who?
I'll interview Jim Bob Cooter.
Well, but he's still with the Colts. Like, I don't know what the deal is there. This is the point. Like, so he was in the mix. Then you had the other guys who were supposedly, we knew about Monken. Then you had the possibility of Josh McCown and Alex Tanney were the other guys that we're talking about, and Davis Webb, who, as we said, got promoted to Denver.
What is Josh McCown's situation?
He's still a quarterback coach. So that's how you could certainly easily interview him.
Feels like some people need to get fired from Minnesota. Can't just be the general manager.
Well,
because he the quarterback's coach. How did that quarterback look?
Yeah.
57% completion rate.
Currently, he is the quarterback's coach for the Vikings. So that's kind of where that is. It is just odd that we did not hear this name at all, and then bang, he's interviewed. It was kind of like, you know.
When did he get interviewed?
We don't even know.
Was it in person? This reminds you.
How the hell do I know?
This reminds you.
This was the first I've heard of it.
This reminds you of the Gunther.
What do you mean?
Gunkins, but like
Duker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll remember.
Gunther. He just knocked out AJ Styles.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the wrestler. I'll get his name right when he wins a game or he coordinates right.
Yeah, and Steichen did call the plays. So Colts allowed the interviews because Jim Bob did not call the plays. So there you go. That was the explanation there.
Once again, the same thing.
Then we've got other news milling about today. A couple of other things. According to Connor Hughes, In the building is Frank Reich today with the Jets.
Well, he actually made his flight. The last coordinator we had coming out here, I think they put him on Spirit. No, because he's coming from Michigan.
I know.
Michigan, Spirit Airlines is like the Delta of the sky.
No, it's not because Delta gets places.
They seats don't recline, but it's all good. Give you good posture.
Yeah.
Them in Frontier. Them in Frontier.
Reich at this point, listen, if the Jets end up with Reich, they did well. And you want the Greg Roman thing as well.
Yeah, I was talking to a executive yesterday.
A Jet source?
No.
Okay.
Executive, and he really liked my idea. He said that would be dynamite because Greg Roman is elite when it comes to devising a run game. Not pass game, not his strength. So I'm telling you, that'd be what we're looking for.
For Reich to come in and be the Jets offensive coordinator and not have an idea yet of who that quarterback is going to be, this is fascinating to me, and it leads more to the Kyler Murray discussion because that, I think, is starting to pick up a little bit of steam. At least seemingly that Kyler Murray as a guy for the Jets, that would be a 1 year, let's see what's there, and Arizona wants to move on from him. Right. Man, I would have no problem with that whatsoever. I think that would be a best-case scenario for the Jets going into this year. The biggest concern is not whether or not Murray can play, it's whether he can stay healthy. That's it.
And he's still young. And last year, what was it, the foot or the ankle? For me, he was a healthy scratch because they wanted to move on from him. But all these leadership issues and stuff like that is to me, is beyond. It's past news, right? I think he's matured. We had the big joke about the video games and all that study and stuff inside. But you talk about a guy that's just, for him to be as small as he is, he doesn't get balls batted down because his over-top delivery. Mm-hmm. You talk about his ability to buy time, which he won't even really have to buy time because, he was out there, having to buy time because he had Beecham at like 38 out there, playing tackle and stuff like that. For me, like, he'll be protected well. If you go get Lemon, you get him and Garrett Wilson, and go get Isaiah Likely, man, that offense, in my opinion, be top 10 offense in the league.
Here is Hughes from SNY about the Jets and Murray.
It's making me think like Kyler's going to happen. And it's just because it feels like they're going to want to splash. And if some of the main people that are pushing for moves are like, I want to splash, Kyler is the splash. That's not Kirk Cousins. Yep. That's not Jacoby Brissett. That's none of that thing. Kyler's the guy that would excite people, that's going to look fun, that's going to steal headlines, you can start to look at what he's done throughout his career at different points and be like, oh, maybe it will work here. He just needs a change of scenery. And once he gets here, I think it'll be a complete and total disaster. And I will say that, let me put it this way. If Kyler is here, I genuinely believe that's a sign that maybe there's more hands in decision-making than just Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji.
Okay, hang on.
We already know what he's trying to do.
No, we're not letting that go.
Yeah.
No, and we had Connor on last week.
Yeah, that's
How
weak.
can we automatically...
That's weak. And it's going to be an utter disaster. How the hell you know? When you don't think it's going to be a disaster,
why would that be a disaster? He just came from arguably just as dysfunctional an organization.
Correct.
In Arizona.
And he's taking that team to the playoffs, by the way.
The only argument on Kyler Murray is health. And granted, it's a big argument.
Nothing to do with ability.
Guys, I can turn your attention back to when the Jets played him a year and a half ago, and he ran all over you and made you look silly.
And there you go. That's such low-hanging fruit. Oh, that suggests that Woody's involved. Okay, well, if that's the remedy that they want, you tell me a better one then, Connor. Jacoby Brissett can't move in the pocket. A guy that can't extend plays, a guy that's not dynamic running the ball like every quarterback runs the ball, a guy that was just out in Arizona. Kirk Cousins, the injuries, the trading for the contract. I've been talking about this for months. If it ain't trading, giving up maybe one of your second-round draft picks, the second one for Mac Jones, if it ain't maybe going out and trading for Malik Willis, Kirk Cousins to me is the next viable because you can get out of the contract. You got salary cap space to eat it up, and he's dynamic. he would instantly, in my opinion, I think I would push him to second in the division.
Listen, Bart, I'll take it a step further. You're talking about those guys?
As good or better than Drake May.
You're talking about I don't know about that. Yeah, the playoffs Drake May's been bad, but he was an MVP candidate this year. We have to give him that. That aside,
10 homecoming games, but okay.
Okay. But that aside, with Murray would be better than Mac Jones. Murray would absolutely be better than Mac Jones.
He's dynamic.
Murray would be better than, who's the other one you said? Malik Willis.
Yeah, Malik Willis offers some of that.
I offer some of it, but I got a guy who's played a hell of a lot more than Malik Willis has.
It's proven.
A hell of a lot more than Malik Willis has. If the Jets at this point have a chance to have, if you tell me the Jets have Kyler Murray as their quarterback next year, they are infinitely better.
I'm excited.
I'll go
with those weapons, it'll be arguably the most weapons that Kyler Murray's ever had.
Bart,
he's had McBride.
If the Jets get Kyler Murray, Aaron Glenn ain't getting fired next year. How about that?
Exactly.
That's exactly what I would tell you. That will not be a disaster. Why would I think that would be a disaster?
Right.
You know, everybody got caught up in the whole thing a couple of years ago when he signed the contract, and they had to have him sign the studying thing. That dude can play. I've done a bunch of their games the last couple of years. Watch him, he can play.
That dude's a problem.
He is a problem, and he can throw it down the field, too.
And he don't get his balls blocked. And, man, you talk about extending plays, giving you that Lamar Jackson, him and Breece Hall with RPO joints. Man, come on, man. Come on. With that offensive line, and you add Lemon, Wilson, Adai Mitchell, Mechie, and Isaiah Williams, come on, man. Come on, dog.
3, 4, and 5 I'm not excited about yet. But on 3, 4, and 5 there, I'm not excited about yet. But if
about Adai Mitchell?
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
But that's the thing. Like, he'll be the guy that gets the matchup. He's your Mac Hollins.
Mm-hmm. And it took Mac Hollins a while to be a good receiver.
Yeah, but he's your just run down deep, and if they only put one guy on you, we're gonna give you the ball because you big and fast as hell.
Look, if you're talking about Frank Reich and Kyler Murray, the Jets came out okay.
They came out
all right.
And you get to draft like whoever you want with the second pick just to throw something against the wall. And if none of that works, you got 3 picks to go get another class.
That's fine too. I don't want to hear, no, he's not good enough.
Man,
who is your answer?
Kyler Murray, baller.
Who is your answer? Bumbaca, are you a Jet fan?
No, I'm a Giant fan.
Yes.
Ray.
Would you trade
No, it's not Ray today. It's Tom Bauer. You're a Giant fan, too. You're both out of your minds. Go ahead, what?
Would you trade the number 2 overall pick for Kyler Murray?
No, of course not. You wouldn't have to.
Bumbaca, are you on that stuff this morning?
What are you trading for Kyler then?
What do you mean? A fourth.
They want to get rid of him.
They want to get rid of the contract.
It might be a third.
They don't have a third.
Next year.
Okay.
I don't know. I would trade a second for Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
I absolutely
next year's
would.
Third's not going to get it done.
Say that again?
What are you talking about?
Next year's third.
They want to get rid of him.
They want to get rid of Kyler Murray. They want to move on from him.
It's the contract.
Yeah.
It's the money. It's not the like Devontae Adams. I want to remind you, Devontae Adams got traded for a second, but Randy Moss got traded for a fourth. If you don't realize that. Yeah. Randy Moss.
Now Randy had been a pain in the you-know-what in Oakland.
Like Kyler Murray.
I think Randy was a bigger pain in the ass.
What I'm saying is they fed up with him, too, because remember, he could have came back and played, and they decided to make him a healthy scratch.
But let me ask you something. You mean with Murray?
Yes.
Because they wanted to trade him.
Right.
Yeah.
And they want him to get hurt.
Exactly. This was not because Kyler Murray's a bad guy,
right,
or he's not a good teammate, or he's not any of those things.
They fired the coach, so they're not going to let him play on his third coach.
Boy, I'll tell you.
This be his third coach.
Yeah. If the Jets ended up with Reich and Kyler Murray, they're in a decent spot.
And Greg Roman?
They're better. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN.
This dude just said a second overall pick for anybody.
I'm not trading a second overall pick for Kyler Murray.
I give a second overall pick for Joe Burrow.
Well, I would.
Bumbaca came here smoking hash this morning.
I mean, if it's Burrow, I'll drive him there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. That's different.
800-919-3776. Let's get into the Kyler Murray stuff with the Jets. I'd like to go there. I'd like to hear from Jet fans right now. Because guys like Ira, if you came out of this with Frank Reich and Kyler Murray, You can't tell me you don't feel like your team is drastically improved. It would be. And I'm been the guy that has been burying the Jets. They fired 7, 8, 9 coaches before they had their true plan locked in on defense. What would be funny is if today Aaron Glenn told Frank Reich, listen, change your plan. I'm going to call the plays.
I'm calling all the plays. Both sides.
800-919-3776. We're just getting started. Bart and Carlin, we've got plenty of Giannis talk to get to because that seems to be heating up. Whether or not it's heating up with the Knicks, that's beyond debatable at the moment. We'll get to that. We'll get to it all on 800-919-3776. More importantly, you should be listening, watching, and doing everything possible to be a part of the show over on the ESPN New York YouTube page.
It may be the last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing markets. Rushing yards over-under, alternate rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Maybe you think Kenneth Walker will go over his rushing total of 76.5 rushing yards. You can bet it. How about lowering Drake May's rushing total to 30-plus rushing yards instead of 36.5? You can bet that. Will Ramondre Stevenson have the most rushing yards of any player in this game? Guess what? You can bet that too. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Update on Route 95, Westchester County at Larchmont. Still that big problem with an overturned tractor trailer since early this morning. Southbound 95 New England Thruway by exit 17. Only the left shoulder getting through there. The cleanup continues. Northbound 95 is open, but it's going to be very slow. You may want to try the hutch if you're in a passenger vehicle. A lot of traffic still on the Bell Parkway by Erskine.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
A lot of Kyler love coming in on the chat over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. We got a few of them here. Let's see here. Kyler will work here. He's got an arm. That from Ronald. Let's see here. Bart, what's up with you and talks to be a just defensive coach? Am I going to have to deal with this every day? Honestly. Can you already, honestly, I know you're waiting for them to either make an offer or not or whatever. But, you know, can we tamp it down and you're not going anywhere? Would it kill you? At least give me the vote of confidence I'm thinking about right now.
On where my feet is.
Kyler is better than any Jets quarterback in the last 50 years. That from Aton. I like Malik Willis, but Kyler is better. All about his health. 100% about his health. Kyler or Cousins would be good. Kyler immediately makes the Jets offense better. Teams will actually have to drop into coverage to defend the pass. That's a great way of putting it.
And you can't blitz him because he'll circle your defense.
Listen, he will make you look silly quick.
It's like me trying to tackle Darren Sproles.
You'd be out of your damn mind to not at least pursue that because it's not going to cost that much. And the investment level beyond this year is not going to be much. You got to be able to figure that out. Let's hit it. Gilberto in the truck is up first on ESPN New York today. Gilberto, what's up, buddy boy?
What's up? Stop calling, Big C.
Yo.
What's up, Bart? Yo, Bart, man. I second that, brother. Come on, man. Come on, man. We need a defensive coordinator or a linebackers coach. I'm sorry, Colin. I'm not trying to take him away from you. But he can still work with you.
That's all right. I'll just tell him I don't want a partner. Just give me Bart's money.
I can do an exclusive. Yeah, it is what I'm saying. Double down.
Let me ask you something, Bart. You mentioned, I believe, Niedermeyer. What was his name?
Nussmeier.
About
Nussmeier.
Okay. I think that the Jets should draft that kid. He's a coach's kid. He had one bad season. From doing my research, he had a shitty OC.
Yo. Gilberto. Can't use that word. Yo. Listen.
You ain't dump him?
He did.
Oh, we hit the button. Don't worry.
He did.
He hit the button, then, you know what I'm saying? As long as he don't say two in a row.
It took me going, yo. I saw Bumbaca spring into action.
That's because Bumbaca's over there sulking because he's over there crying in the car. Because he don't want Matt Nagy.
What's the big problem with Matt Nagy? Why are you all of a sudden upset?
Patrick Mahomes covers up a lot of things.
Yes, we know this. We know. But, could you have done worse than Matt Nagy? Yes, of course.
With who?
I would have preferred Kingsbury or Charlie Weiss Jr.
Well, I don't think Charlie was leaving. That seems like that was pretty clear. I think they tried hard to get Charlie Weiss Jr.,
no, if they would have
leaving.
If they gave him enough money, he would have.
Well, I think Charlie was not leaving down there. The way that was set up for him, probably not. Probably not.
Okay, maybe he thinks that he'll be an opportunity to be a head coach.
I think he thinks he'll be a head coach quicker in college than in the NBA and the NFL. at a good spot.
But what about Davis Webb?
Davis Webb got promoted and wanted to stay with Sean Payton.
And get none of the credit.
But, I mean, people gave him enough credit where he got some head coaching interviews this year. Yeah. So at least they thought highly enough of him to do that.
So basically he's basically saying that next year he believes that Denver would be better than the Giants.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely he says that.
Do you guys think that Matt Nagy has developed a quarterback?
No.
Can we trust him to develop Jackson Dart?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't know who he's developed.
My answer would be, I don't know. It'd be incomplete.
Hold up. Didn't he have Mitch Trubisky for a year, and then he had Bills?
I believe that's how it went.
Yeah, so he didn't do something for two guys. Yeah.
Listen, I can't think for a minute. Trubisky was the same draft as Mahomes.
Why does Bumbaca want to be a wet towel, man?
He's all bummed out.
This is supposed to be a celebration. We didn't even expect this one to happen today.
No, this was a surprise, but not a good one.
What happens when you have friends in high places?
D in Queens is next on ESPN New York. D, what's up, buddy?
Listen, you can there's literally graphs of this. Pre and post Eric Bieniemy with the Chiefs offense. Also, as much as you guys rag on Mr. Justin Fields, guess who his first coach was? Yeah. Good luck, Giants fan. That's all I got to say. Good luck. You're going to need it, at least for this first year with Harbaugh, because I can see this dude getting fired after the first year.
All right, well, D, I'll play it for just being fair for a second on Nagy. We have seen nobody really be able to corral Justin Fields and turn him into a good quarterback.
We saw the Buffalo Bills make Mitchell Trubisky look okay.
He was still a backup.
There you go.
He was still a backup.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. Mitchell Trubisky looked better away from Nagy.
Mitchell Trubisky stinks, period. He's a backup. That's it. He's a backup in the league. Where is he a starter in the league? He went to Pittsburgh, and he wasn't a starter there. And when he did get a chance to start, he wasn't very good.
Don't be hating on baby Tony Romo.
And I want to say one thing about
Tony Romo is baby Tony Romo. Say that again.
I want to say one thing about Knicks and Cat. I want to say one thing about Knicks and the Knicks and what's his name? Carl Anthony Towns. Yeah. Bart, you were a player, and you know when somebody is food. He needs to do a Jokic. You remember what Jokic did to one of the Morris twins?
Punched him in his back, almost broke his
no one ever bothers Jokic again.
Yep.
And no one ever bothers Jokic. He needs to do that. He needs to do that one day.
Well, Jokic also has two of his big goon brothers that's twice as big as him, look like Zangief off of Street Fighter in the crowd, too.
I get that, but Carl Anthony Towns just needs to do something. And I get it. He has some trauma, so that could be why he's closed off in the way he is.
Clarence went to school with both of his parents. Because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
I mean, that's the thing. But he had a lot of trauma, so I give him that. But he got to do something to toughen up because it is.
You saying he got to be like bro. He got to be like Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene? Hank, somebody's baking a taco. Can I get a price check on Vagisil? Somebody dreaming of for me taco.
I had a dream last night that I was in the booth with Nantz and Romo.
I
wasn't doing the game.
See, you trying to step out. You trying to leave.
I wasn't doing the game.
Your subconscious. Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't. I was like in the booth.
There you go. It was in his subconscious.
And Nantz was like yelling at me for something. Like years ago.
Hello, friends.
Years ago, he gave me a great compliment. When this 15, 20 years ago, when he happened to be in the car with Mike, and he was listening to a Rutgers game with Mike. And he said, that was really big-time stuff. And it was nice. He may not have meant it, but who knows. But for some reason last night, I think it's maybe because I've killed Romo, Nantz was like yelling at me in my dream, in the booth. Like, what are you doing? Who do you think you are?
Chris's subconscious is making him go to his dream spot.
No, let me be clear.
You, Romo, Nash, Super Bowl 78,000.
Let me be clear. If I get a better offer tomorrow, there will be a Carlin-shaped hole in that door. Okay?
Like the Kool-Aid man.
Be gone.
Kool-Aid.
I'm not where my feet are. I'm where the money is. I'm where the clout is. I'm trying to get somewhere.
Might be the money.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. How could this be possible? How could this be possible? I'll explain next on ESPN New York.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds -500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BILL to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BILL to 231231. That's BILL to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Oh, who's this? Hold up.
Move on up.
I'm trying to remember who the name was. Is this the old boy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Superfly.
Jimmy Snuka?
Superfly.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there and leave your comments and get them on, get your comments. And I got thrown off because I looked down and one of the comments said, Carlin plotting his exit already. No, you got to have a plan first. And then Carlin is a very good announcer when he's not choking on air. I just appreciate that. That's only about half the time.
It's really sneezing. It's not choking.
Right, but I've had the choking, too. That could be a problem, too.
So that means that was a real fan.
That's a guy who knows. He knows.
What is it, the Piscataway? What is it, the Piscataway? The Miracle in Piscataway?
Yeah, it's the Miracle in Piscataway. That's exactly what it is. It was pandemonium in Piscataway. And that's 20 years ago now.
Don't matter.
That's freaking absurd.
They say he was still screaming, can't wait to meet. That's 15 years ago.
800. Yeah, but you got a lot more money off that. 800-919-3776. I want to play this real quick. It's from Matt Miller, who had the mock draft that dropped yesterday, the 2-round mock draft. He was on with DiPietro and Rothenberg today. And this is him checking in on the Jet fans and how they should feel about where their team is at right now.
I think it's absolutely reasonable to feel hopeless right now. Because, like you said, I've been covering the NFL draft for 15 years. The Jets have made the playoffs one time. So, yeah, I mean, I think at this point you would be delusional to not be like, okay, here we go again, right? You don't have a quarterback. Even players that you've drafted that have been blue chip players, they're gone. They were traded. Sauce is gone. Quentin Williams is gone. So I think, yeah, absolutely. There's every right to be pissed off and to be like, okay, what is the plan? The good news is there are franchises that don't have, the first-round picks, 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years, 4 picks in the top 50 this year. There are franchises that are bad and don't have that. So I think the optimism comes from, all right, we've got a general manager that we've never had before. Let's give him the trust that he's going to get this thing turned around. But it's not going to be a quick fix. This is not a situation where you're going to go from the way the team looked this year to 10 or 11 wins next year. That's not realistic. Those expectations aren't, even in an NFL that turns things over quickly.
How's it not realistic, but we just watched Mike Vrabel do the same thing?
Well,
these people trip me out with the blatant hate like that. It can never turn around. Well,
what's their argument going to be? The quarterback. That's it. That's going to be their argument.
I just said Kyler Murray.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It's if you added Kyler Murray, the Jets are infinitely better than they were this year. And I would say, if I could actually count on him being a 15-game guy, not even 17. 15-game guy.
Nobody's ever talked about Kyler Murray the way that they talked about Sam Darnold. He just turned the team around.
I would say that if you can have him for 15 games next year, I would argue that the Jets would have a chance to be
in a playoff
team.
Me
have
too.
A chance.
Man, offensively, that'd be ridiculous. And if the draft go with Arvell Reese in the way that they say it's going to go in free agency, bro, they got 2 of the best young tackles in the game. They got a guard that could be one of the better centers in the game.
Tippmann.
Yeah. They can sign John Simpson back. They can let Vera Tucker go, or they can franchise tag him because they still got a franchise tag.
Mm-hmm. Would you franchise him or would you franchise Brees?
I'll franchise tag the more expensive spot, and that's the guard. With Brees, I just give him a straight-up 3-year deal and tell him, hey, we're going to have Kyler Murray for you. You're also doing a service for Garrett Wilson.
And if they had Greg Roman, if I were Brees, I'd feel a lot better about that, too.
Garrett Wilson, Mekhi Lemon, I-9 Mitchell, and if I'm in free agency, I'm going to get Isaiah Likely.
Okay. I mean, I'm not putting Mitchell into that to feel great about yet.
This ain't all. Mitchell, listen.
I know he's talented.
Well, what about Mechie?
Again, solid. I don't think they're difference makers.
I just need him to be solid because I got 2 stars on the outside.
I don't disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got Lemon and Garrett Wilson. People going to be scared. And it's going to open up so much more space for Brees. The Jets next year can have a top 10 offense if Kyler Murray's behind center.
David and Elizabeth is next on ESPN New York. David, what's going on?
Oh, I'm about to tell you, gentlemen. So let's check this out. All right, before we even start, hold on, my bad. Real quick, Chef, can you please let everybody know to calm down? Real quick, before we even start. Let everybody
All right,
know.
everybody calm down. There you go.
I mean, it's not as good as you usually do, but I'm saying it because, everybody keeps trying to get your partner to be a DC, which I wouldn't mind.
Well, listen, when it does come to that, listen, everybody calm down, all right? We don't need him going anywhere.
If you want to see
you go.
If you want to see running backs on IR, then, you know what I'm saying? It's up to y'all.
Yeah, right? Hey, yo, you know what's crazy? Before we get into sports, Dave and Rick said you guys got an event, and I got to pop out. What you guys got lined up? I didn't get the announcement.
We mentioned it yesterday. You heard about it. It's coming up on the 19th.
Pulling up with my Cade Cunningham jersey on, baby. That's how we doing it.
It's a Knicks watch party, or
it is a Knicks Pistons watch party on February 19th in the city. So while you bring it up, I will give you all the specifics on it right now, and we'll mention it again later. All right? It's the two of us. It's a special Knicks watch party Thursday, February 19th at Terra Moore, 150 West 30th, starting at 7. Knicks Detroit, Wild Turkey Bourbon Specials, great prizes, awesome vibes all night. You're going to have chances to win Knicks tickets and enter Wild Turkey Bourbon's ultimate New York game day experience for this April. It's me and Bart, Terra Moore, Thursday, February 19th, tip-off 7:30. It's brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing.
Should I call Isaiah?
Oh, yeah. I'm in the building, and I'm busting chops. I'm busting Bart's chops.
No, should I call Isaiah and get a autograph? Get an autographed Isaiah Stewart jersey for somebody.
I was going to say, if you're getting an autographed Isaiah Thomas jersey for a Knick group, that's probably not the way to go.
Yeah, we're gonna pass on that, Bart. So, let's get into sports so you guys can let me go. Check this out, right? Chef just said it right there. He said it twice. Number one, Kyler Murray came from the toaster to the air conditioner, and he carved us up, running, dinking dunks, hitting receivers in traffic. Yo, he comes to Death Row Records. Oh, man, I cannot wait, brother. And Bart, you've been calling this for over a year now. You're like, what if we get Mighty Mouse over here? And if he got over here, it would be so dangerous. Only problem with Death Row Records, we got Diddy. Now, I mean, my man Peanut Chew running the team. Peanut Chew got to get fired. I'm sorry, bro. You could get the right people here with Kyler Murray and like Bart just said, load up with Lemon, Arvell Reese, good pieces on free agency. Oh man, we could change things around and we could get things going. I see why Gilberto cursed because he was getting excited. I could tell, but. I appreciate it, gentlemen, man. Appreciate you, man. We do it again tomorrow, and I'm definitely at that watch party.
Love it.
Up in Hillside, they got some good. I think they got some good little place to eat and chill over there.
Where in
Hillside,
New Jersey?
Yeah,
okay.
It's like right.
I know where it is.
It's like rough, but not too rough.
No, I know where it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's by Keene University, not too far from that, off Morris Avenue.
Yeah. Well, all right. So the party is coming up March 19th, or not March 19th, February 19th. It's you and me. There's something coming up every week that's keeping Bart from going on vacation.
Yeah, for real. That's what I'm saying. So we got I got started baseball season.
You can't go next week because it's right after Super Bowl.
Draft. What else we got?
Started baseball season. You got
the draft, free agency,
Knicks playoffs.
What else? Free agency, draft,
spring training.
Knicks playoffs, spring training. What else?
I think that's it.
Oh, we got the watch party.
Watch party, yeah. Yep. You got the what's that summer thing we do? The beach bash.
Beach bash.
Beach bash. Yeah. So you can take off next December.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we got the holidays, which you didn't take off for this year. You're trying to save all your days.
I ain't take no days off.
Listen, you can take one off. You can take off whenever you want to take off. All right. I would say the only thing you can't take off is for the watch party. And the day after the Super Bowl. Other than that, we'll make it happen. Don't worry about it.
Knicks playoffs, man. You want me to stay on for 2 months? Playoffs start.
You'll never see somebody rooting harder against the Knicks.
Yeah. you got NCAA tournament. Can't take off of that.
Can you imagine if that Knick playoff run went 2 months? We're into late June, and they just beat the Pistons. That's going to be a tough take.
Yeah.
That will be very tough to take. Derek in Hillside is next on ESPN New York. Derek, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Yo, Bart, you must have been talking about the blue ribbon, talking about the spot to eat in the Hillside.
Yeah. My wife used to go over there all the time. Her bestie lived over there, so they was always in some bar doing something. There's a couple hood spots over there, too. She said, you got to watch out.
But Carlin be good if y'all pop up over there. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the trades. How y'all feel about James Harden being available?
Oh, my God.
I mean, listen, for where he's going, I think it makes sense. If he goes to the Cavs and for Derek Garland, who's a smaller guard, it gives them a shooting guard, and Donovan Mitchell, being a smaller guy, gives them now not a so tiny backcourt. Especially if James is playing the 2, that gives them like a 6'5" scorer who can facilitate. And, I think they can really switch off. Like sometimes Donovan, who's a scoring point guard, can be like a shooting guard. Even though he's the smaller of the 2, James is kind of more of a facilitator at this point in his career. But he's still playing at a decent enough level. And, bringing them to the East could make them more formidable.
We'll get more into it in a moment. Tim Bontemps, ESPN senior NBA writer, joins us in moments. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
It may be last call for football, but FanDuel's giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing market. Rushing yards, over, under, alt rushing yards, and most rushing yards. I kind of like Kenneth Walker to have the most rushing yards in the game. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. It may be last call for football, but FanDuel's giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing market. Rushing yards, over, under, alt rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over, physically present in New York, option required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Deadline is coming up this week, NBA trade deadline. That is on Thursday. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you should go. You should subscribe to the channel. You should watch. You should chime in on the comments. Tim Bontemps, ESPN senior NBA writer, joining us right now. You, of course, know him from the Hoop Collective podcast as well with Brian Windhorst and Tim McManaman. It does an amazing job, and that is a podcast that when you listen to, that you will get something new out of each time. Tim McMahon, excuse me. I said McManaman. Confusing him with Dave for a second. Mr. Bontemps, good to be with you. We appreciate a few minutes. How you doing?
I'm doing well. That was very nice of you, and I was amused that you messed up McMahon's name because he would have been offended. So nice work.
We should have just left it, and you could have played it for him, so it would have annoyed him.
Yes, that would have been good.
Let's just start here overall. How active of a deadline do you expect this to be?
I think, Chris, it comes down to really more than anything what's going to happen with the big names, in particular Giannis Antetokounmpo and Anthony Davis, right? With the way the rules are set up now, with the tax aprons and some of the restrictions on trades, you kind of need to have. It's kind of like when you're on the playground and you were a kid and the merry-go-round sits there unless you put your hands on it and push it, right? And so something has to start the merry-go-round of trades. And, like the Trae Young trade was a basically one-for-one trade. It was essentially C.J. McCollum for Trae Young, right? If this James Harden trade happens, it's essentially going to be James Harden for Darius Garland, right? Like the stuff we've seen so far hasn't really been stuff that's going to move things around. But if, say, Giannis gets moved for a bunch of pieces or Anthony Davis gets traded for multiple pieces, then all of a sudden you have ripple effects of those moves and things start to move around because of that, right? So there's going to be trades over the next couple of days. I'm sure there'll be some, but I think whether it's going to be explosive or not and really exciting or not is going to come down to whether those big guys change teams. And if I had to guess right now, I would say it's more likely both of those guys are traded in the summer than in the next 48 hours.
Okay. Way to let all the hot air out of the balloon. Thanks a lot. We can, but
my job's to be honest, Bart. Unfortunately, not. Trust me, my editors have been telling me the same thing for weeks. They would love for more trades.
But so like, of course, I understand agents be putting stuff out, trying to juice stories up, saying that the Giannis market is heating up. But to your point, how realistic is it? And if it's somebody what's the least complicated way for Giannis to get traded without having to add 3 or 4 teams? Who has the clearest path to Giannis with the assets in the draft picks themselves?
So it's funny you ask that, Bart, because I would say there is, I wouldn't say, like Shams has reported that there's a market for Giannis and there's teams talking to the Bucks about Giannis. And that's true. I'm not sitting here saying there's no conversations happening. That the Bucks are looking at offers and they're thinking about what to do. But I think the second part of your question is the really important part for fans to think about, which is what's the clear and obvious path to a trade. And there's not one. And that's why I think that's the biggest reason why I think this is going to last until the summer. If there was some team that was sitting there, let's say the Knicks had all their draft picks, okay? Obviously they don't. They traded them for Mikal Bridges and did other stuff. But if the Knicks had all their picks, okay, the Knicks have some very good players. They have all their picks. That would make sense to do a trade. The Warriors have all their picks. They don't really have a lot from a player standpoint to trade. The Heat have some interesting young players. They've got a couple picks. They don't have all their picks. hard for them to do a trade. Minnesota has no picks. There's not really a path for them to do a trade. So when you look around at these teams, the Bucks are sitting there with Giannis, one of the 5 best players in the league. And while there's some concerns about his contract long-term, his health, etc., he's still a top 5 player. He can still shift the league by himself if he gets moved. But because none of the teams in the mix have a clear and obvious path to get him, that's why I think the discussions about a possible deal are very complex, and why I think it's more likely it happens in the summer when we see how the playoffs go, we see how the draft lottery goes, we see where everybody sits, and then the Bucks can decide what direction they want to take. And teams that might not be as interested now potentially are interested this summer after they see how the playoffs go, or the teams that are interested now have more ammunition to trade this summer, and it makes it easier for them to get a deal done.
Tim Bontemps with us, ESPN senior NBA writer. This is something I've been kind of really harping on the last few days. Even with that in mind, like keeping in mind that, you know, more teams can get involved if you're the Bucks. If you're one of those 4 teams that's trying to get it done, are you better off in trying to be more aggressive now because there would be more teams potentially involved in the summer?
I mean, look, I think anybody who could get Giannis for an extra playoff run would be thrilled to have him, right? But I think that's like the problem for all these teams is what I just said. None of them have. It's not like it was this is to go way back in the Wayback Machine, but like when the Knicks and Nets were fighting over Carmelo Anthony in 2012, right? The Knicks and Nets had a ton of stuff to trade, and they were both going back and forth trying to get Carmelo for a lot of stuff. There's not a Knicks or Nets package sitting there. If there was, the trade would happen, I think. And I think if the trade does happen this week, it's because some trade like that emerges that makes sense for the Bucks to do. I don't think that's going to happen this week, at least is my sense. But that's sort of the problem is I think even for teams that want to be aggressive, they're trying to win the hand with like a pair of 6s, right? Like you might win the hand, but you're probably better off if you're the Bucks waiting and trying to get a full house down the road. And there's a chance of that happening potentially this summer that I just don't think is going to happen in the next 52 hours.
How much control does Giannis have over where he goes? You know, will they like grant him because what he's meant to this organization, he's brought a championship. Will they honor? Is it about what Giannis wants, or is it about what's best for the organization?
I think it's a combination of the two, Bart. Like, look, you're not trading Giannis to an awful team, right? Because it just doesn't make sense for an awful team to trade for him. So he's going to go somewhere where he's going to have a chance to win. So, you know, I think because of that, I think the two sides sort of naturally are going to work together. Just because, like I said, purely from a rational trade standpoint, if you're, you know, I don't want to name teams for aggregation reasons, but if you're some middling to bad team, why would you go trade for Giannis right now? Like for the Wizards, I'll just say as an example, right? Like, yeah, the Wizards have young players. They'd obviously get way better if they had Giannis on their team, but the timeline doesn't make sense for that. So wherever he lands in a deal, it's going to be on a team with ready-to-win talent. And Giannis obviously is a competitive guy and he wants to win. And I think because of that, if he does get moved, I think it'll be to a situation he'll be pretty happy with because he'll have a chance to be really competitive and be in a better winning situation than the one he's in now in Milwaukee.
I'm glad you said that he's a competitive player. So because of his competitive nature, and he's may not be able to carry a team to a championship, but he can carry a team to wins, upsets, winning streaks. So if he's not moved, do we see Giannis getting shut down for the rest of the year because the Bucks want to be able to have the best, the worst record as they can possibly have to try and get lottery picks?
The best lottery position possible, yes.
Are we going to see Thanasis? Are we going to see Thanasis starting?
Well, I don't know if we're going to see Thanasis starting. The Bucks are already pretty awful with the team they have now without Giannis, which is part of the reason we're even having this discussion. Here's what I would say. I think like Giannis is out for another several weeks with this calf injury anyway, right? As of this morning, right now, if you look at the NBA standings, the Milwaukee Bucks are currently 4 games out of the final Eastern Conference play-in spot, and they're 6 wins back, right? So they're already out of the playoffs. Like, they're not getting in the playoffs no matter what. They're, I believe, 15-15 with Giannis. They're 3-14 when he doesn't play. So they're not going to have a chance to do anything when he gets back in the lineup. And he's also had 4 different calf injuries and leg injuries in the last 18, 19 months. So I think what needs to happen is he needs to sit down with the Bucks. And if I was put in charge of the Bucks, this is what I would say to Giannis. I would say, Giannis, look, whatever your desires are this summer, whether it's to, say we get the second pick in the draft and we make some moves and we have a good team and you want to come back, or if, it makes sense to move you in a trade, the best thing for you is to rest and get your body right. And the best thing for us is to see our young players play, maximize our draft pick, and then figure out what we're going to do going forward. So let's work together to get to the best situation for everybody involved. Like, I think that's the conversation that should happen. I suspect that's the conversation that likely will happen. Now, look, could Giannis come back and play a little bit down the stretch? Sure, I guess. But it doesn't, to me, make a lot of sense for him to do that with the amount of, he's had, 3 different calf injuries just this season? Like, he really should get his body right and healthy and get a down summer with no international play to fully recover and prepare for next season again, whether that's with the Bucks or whether that's with some other team if he ends up getting traded either in the next couple of weeks or a couple of days, which in that case I'm sure he'll come back at some point this season, or in my opinion more likely at some point this offseason, and he can prepare to start playing for his new team.
Tim Bontemps, ESPN NBA senior NBA writer. Are we really here again with James Harden? Really?
I mean, yes, I would say so.
How did we get here again?
I mean, we got here, I think, for the same way that we've gotten here several times in the past, where, if you look at the current contract that the Clippers signed James Harden to last summer, summer of 25, he's got a 1-year deal with a player option that's got a $10 million guarantee on it, right? So that's not exactly a huge salary commitment to James, and I would assume James would like to have future years and dollars on his deal, and I think the hope is that he'll get traded somewhere that will be willing to do that. And look, if I'm the Cavs, I can understand why the Cavs would do a James Harden for Darius Garland trade. Darius Garland's been dealing with these foot injuries for the better part of a year. He's a talented player. He's much younger than James Harden, but James Harden has easily been the better player over the last 12 months. And, we just got done talking about Giannis and the ongoing uncertainty about his future. Well, Donovan Mitchell has 1 guaranteed year left on his contract after this season, and he's never made it out of the second round of the playoffs. He would love to make a deep playoff run. And the Cavs came into the season as co-favorites in the East with the Knicks, and they've played better lately, but they've either been in the play-in or outside the top 4 in the East basically all season. So if you look at that, it's hard to expect them to make a deep playoff run this year, and that's going to open up a lot of questions about their future. And so if they could just do Garland for Harden and not give up any picks, I understand why they would do it and take the swing on the talent. And if it doesn't work, he's on an expiring deal this summer, and they can always revisit things then and try to remake the roster around Donovan Mitchell then in an effort to keep him in Cleveland long term. But yeah, I mean, look, the fact that when they started percolating yesterday, your comment, Chris, is the one that I had with a lot of people. It's like, oh, here we are again with James Harden. And, for the latest time, there's been a dispute over his contract, and he's likely headed elsewhere as a result.
Other question for me is just based around Towns and the Knicks. Tim, I mean, you're around this team all the time. As presently constructed, what's the ceiling? What's the realistic ceiling for them right now?
I mean, I think getting to the finals for sure. I mean, we'll see what happens in the finals. I don't think they're beating Oklahoma City, but I still don't think anybody's beating Oklahoma City. But, look, I didn't think Indiana was beating Oklahoma City last year, right? And that series could have easily gone another way if Tyrese didn't hurt his Achilles in Game 7. So if you can get to the finals, that's a pretty good ceiling. And look, the East is wide open, but I don't look at Cleveland or Philly or Detroit or Orlando or Atlanta or Toronto or Boston as unbeatable, right? Like the Knicks are as good or better than all those teams. So, if they don't make a big swing this week, which I don't anticipate they will be making a big swing this week, for all the reasons we said earlier about Giannis, then I think they've got a really good team. They're playing much better lately. We'll see what happens tomorrow when they play Denver. Really fun game at the Garden. Excited to see Nikola Jokic in town against the Knicks, coming off 6 straight wins. But yeah, like they are who we thought they were, I think, before the start of the season. They're a flawed team, but they're an excellent team and one that's got as high or higher of a ceiling than anybody in the East. And, I don't know if I'd quite go as far as what James Dolan said a few weeks ago when he said that they have to make the finals and they should win. But their actions last summer of firing Tom Thibodeau after making the conference finals for the first time in 25 years indicated they believe that is what the realistic outcome for this team should be. And when you look at where the East is at, you look at the talent on the Knicks, it's hard for me to argue that getting to the finals isn't a realistic outcome and one they should be trying to get to.
Is it a move out there that can make a team that we don't see right now, the Pacers of this season? Is it a move? And also, what's the status of maybe of a guy like Ja Morant? Could he shift the power in the Eastern Conference?
To answer your first question, Bart, I would say that because the East is so wide open, if any of these teams can make a significant addition, that could be a move that turns them into the Pacers of this season. But I don't have one immediately to say, that a team should do this. I would say of the good teams, I would say Detroit should go add another scorer to pair with Cade Cunningham if they want to make the finals run that their record would indicate they should be able to, or at least have a chance to do. And as far as Ja Morant, look, obviously he's been available for several weeks. Johns reported that last month. I wrote a piece of Windhorse today. I would say there's skepticism that a trade is going to happen, but we've got a couple days left, and we'll see how it goes.
Last one. I lied before. Does AD end up getting moved or not? You alluded to him earlier.
I don't think so. I don't think so. For a lot of the same reasons as Giannis.
Yeah.
The Mavs don't need to do a move now. They obviously fired Nico Harrison back in November. They haven't fully decided on what their future front office is going to be. I think they'll probably make smaller moves this week. D'Angelo Russell could maybe change teams. Maybe Klay Thompson changes teams. Daniel Gafford maybe changes teams. And if they move some of that salary from next year off the books without moving AD, it takes them from being an incredibly expensive team, which they are now, to one that's down around the tax line next year. And then they can go into the summer. They can decide whether they want Matt McCarty and Michael Finley in the current front office, or whoever the owner, Patrick Dumont, wants to hire, go and decide what they want to do with Kyrie Irving and with Anthony Davis. So that's sort of where I think this is going to land. But again, if somebody comes in like with Giannis and overpays to get him, or finds a way to get a deal done, I could see a deal happening this week. I don't think Dallas isn't taking calls. I just don't think the kind of deal they want is going to materialize.
Tim, great stuff. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for popping on for a few minutes.
Anytime, guys. Talk to you soon.
Yep, Tim Bontemps, senior NBA writer. We missed the anniversary yesterday. 1 year anniversary to the Luka trade.
Wow.
1 year anniversary. Can you imagine being Nico Harrison today?
Fired.
1 year later after that? You went from making the trade to they had to build a secret exit for you to be able to get out of the building to being fired and now being out of a job.
He went in one of them El Chapo tunnels. They mopeded his ass all the way down to El Salvador.
They still would have found him. The Maverick fans still would have found him. I mean, they're still booing.
That's crazy.
That is insane. It's Bart and Carlin on 800-919-3776, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. When it comes to Morant, I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Morant ends up in Miami.
He seems like a Miami type of guy. But, especially if they figure, hey, man, we got to make a move. We got to try and
they have never been able to land that big guy since LeBron.
Yeah.
They really haven't.
So if they can move Ja, maybe they can get into the play-in or move up to like 7th or 8th.
Mm-hmm.
8th, 7th or 8th. 8th for, maybe as far as 6th. They can go on a run. But I don't think it's acceptable for them to be in the position that they are for the proud organization and franchise that they are.
And for who's coaching and who the execs are and where they are, I don't know how y'all would be either. And what has been really weird is like they've talked about Khalil Ware being a guy that they want to trade away, but then the other night he plays 3 minutes in a game. Like, what if you're trying to showcase a guy?
Right.
And they're kind of downplaying like what he can be. Like, are you going with the Pat Riley mind games of we're going to make the guy look bad for the moment, so you don't want to trade for him? I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. I just don't understand it.
If I gave you your chance to get Morant or to get Harden right now, if you're a team like the Cavs, I mean, Morant for the Cavs doesn't really fit. I shouldn't say that, but
I mean, why not? He's the same player as Garland. He's more dynamic of a scorer.
Yeah. But it's just,
Garland
I don't know. I
guess
guess my big question about Morant is all this other crap. Is he grown up yet with all the other stuff that goes with it?
It seems like, it's something when Michael Beasley is saying, like, chiming in on you. Michael Beasley was one of the most misunderstood, should still be playing in the NBA right now, players. He talks about his mental health. He said that Ja Morant is a result of an immature father. I'm like, wow, that's a lot coming from Michael Beasley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, he ain't wrong. And, it's amazing that the talent between him and Zion that we thought was going to potentially be the face of the NBA has not panned out. We thought, oh, man, the most consistent player out of that draft might be R.J. Barrett, the one that the Knicks got originally. Let that soak in.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, I mean, listen, Beasley's got the whole gambling stuff going on.
No, not that Beasley. I'm talking about Michael Beasley.
I'm saying Malik Beasley. Okay.
Yeah. Michael Beasley should be in the league.
Michael Beasley, the lefty shooter.
Yeah, man.
Got it.
Amazing. I remember when he was in high school in Baltimore, then went to Kansas and just.
He was in high school in Baltimore around when you were playing there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a phenom there when he went to K-State.
Yep.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. What do you got for us on Samwell?
I got that real talk. Real talk for a second. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, sciatica, or joint pain, and you just trying to push through it, I got to ask you I got to tell you one thing. I've been there. That's why I want to tell you about Dr. J. Shaw at Samwell Pain. This is not a surgery place. I repeat, this is not a surgery place. This is not a take a pill and call me later place either. Dr. J. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and focuses on non-surgical image-guided treatments that actually fix the problem. No downtime, no scars, no recovery. They've got the same day and next day appointments available. Offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Check out SamwellPain.com. Stop dealing with pain and start doing something about it.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Audio Files is on the way. The manager of the Yankees was on with Michael Kay yesterday. We hear from him in moments on ESPN New York.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 five-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Saturday at Cappy's on 670 Merrick Road in Lynbrook, starting at 1 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Cappy's in Lynbrook this Saturday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself!
We won! Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood, and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28, 2026.
outstanding. Can you rock me out? All right, Bumbaca, what you know about that, man? This is what the black people play at the picnic.
Uncle Charlie.
This is what we play at the picnic, you know what I'm saying? But this when he was with the Gap band, you know what I'm saying? This when he was in the group, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the brick house. No, he ain't the brick house. That's the Commodores. My bad. I apologize, Uncle Charlie. But you know what I'm saying?
Commodores.
You know you look so fine.
Commodores.
Well, that was
Lionel
Richie before he went out.
I'll tell you what, you go down the list. Commodores put out a ton of hits, man.
Oh yeah,
they cleaned up.
And then he left him by his side.
But you know what? He kept churning them out.
Solo mijo. See, that's what happened when you're a writer. When you're a writer, you don't need to depend on nobody because you can always write yourself a hit. If not, sell it to somebody else.
Game time. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 o'clock, Devils hosting the Blue Jackets. 7 o'clock, Knicks visit the Wizards. Whew. Coverage begins 8:80 right here on 880
Trigger.
ESPN. And the ESPN New York app starting at 6:30. 7:30, Islanders Penguins. 7:30, Nets hosting the Lakers. 8 o'clock, St. John's visiting DePaul. Coverage begins on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app starting at 7:40. Tullamore Dew, original, triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. All right, Bauer, audio files. Let's go.
The audio file.
All right, Bauer, what do we got?
All right, boys. Well, we teased it, and I'm going to play it. Aaron Boone.
I'm spilling coffee all over the place.
What did you just do?
I took a sip of iced coffee.
It's a blue
I
shirt.
get it all over my shirt.
It's a blue shirt.
It's not over the computer or anything. I just want to clarify
No,
that.
it's not on the computer.
Okay, good.
No, it's on the switchboard.
Listen.
I really hope not.
Listen, everybody calm down, all right? Just settle down. Everybody calm down. Next.
All right, I just
Go
want to make
ahead.
sure we didn't have a Dave Rothenberg situation because I was involved in that, and that was a complete and utter mess in the old studios. Spilled tea all over the computer. It was bubbling, beeping. It was awful.
Oh, that's amazing. I wish I could have been there for that.
Oh, I wish everybody could have seen that because that was one of the...
Seeing Dave
that was a moment.
discombobulated and having a disaster like that happen, that's good comedy. That's good comedy.
It was. It was a very, very eventful day from there on. At any rate, Aaron Boone was thankful enough to join the Michael Kay show yesterday, and he was asked one important question. Does it gnaw at you that you haven't won a championship with the New York Yankees?
That's really the one and only huge thing that does gnaw at me when it comes to this. So it does. Working like heck to fix that and to change that, but I understand it's attached to me.
It's been almost 9 years. You haven't won anything, Aaron.
Are you getting itchy?
I hope he's itchy. Like, based on that answer, it sounds
No, I'm talking
like
about
it.
you. I'm talking about you as a Yankee fan.
Of course I'm getting itchy. We've made one World Series with this guy. Like, we've made the ALCS a few times, which is great. Like, we're reaching the ultimate, goal. We just haven't gotten there yet. And we seem to get beaten by one team that's always better than the Yankees every single year. And that's the problem.
And if you believe that anybody can beat the Dodgers, it's just the mystique of what we believe the Yankees used to be, right? Like, we figure if Toronto can take them, can Judge go on a Guerrero type of run where he's just incapable of striking out.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Toronto's a real we talk about the Dodgers. The Yankees got to worry about the Toronto because they got a boatload of cash. And they're not afraid to spend it.
You got any others on Boone you want to play?
Oh, I sure do. And this one's actually very topical with what Bart just said.
Go.
He was asked, what did you say to fans that think you guys, the New York Yankees, are running it back with the same roster?
Well, I think we're better because the people that we added that weren't with our team the whole year last year are key parts of this club that I think make us a lot better. But it's no guarantees. This is a prove it game, prove it sport, and the reality is we got to go out there and And look, at the end of the year, whether you win 95 games, 100 games, you're always going to pick parts of the schedule out that didn't go your way or you didn't play your best against, and it seems like every year it's different. Last year, obviously, is the Blue Jays. Other years, I hear we play down to our competition. We didn't beat those bad teams enough, or you didn't beat the good team. You win 100 games, I know what happens is you lose a lot of games too. So I think we have a club capable of competing for the American League East, a very tough American League East. But again, it's February 2nd, and we have a long way to go to prove that we're that caliber team. And this is a new year, and we have to go prove that all over again.
For me here with Boone, I get what he's saying. I go back to what he said at the beginning there, and this is always one that's going to gnaw at me. When we constantly talk about getting somebody back from injury, and that's like adding somebody and making a trade and all that. Okay, that is the case if you don't have a setback with that person, with Cole, or if nobody else gets hurt, right? That's not adding. If Max Fried gets hurt this year, knock on wood, don't want to see that happen. But these are things that you have to count on at some point, right? Nothing ever goes perfectly.
Exactly. You're assuming that everything's going to come back, no setbacks, healthy. When you're coming back from injury, you're just compensating because you really can't train the way you used to. What about his timing, his rhythm? You talk about Garrett Cole, he's one of the most scientific pitchers in the game. He talks about his mechanics, his arm angles, and if they're off slightly, it really disturbs him and bothers him, right? So when you talk about Garrett Cole, he's a guy that's going to make sure he's 100%, and he's going to make sure that his mechanics are right, and he can be thrown off. It's going to be a lot on the coaches to see if it's any compensation if he has to throw differently from the injury. Like when you get injured, you're never the same. It doesn't mean you can't be as good or better. It just means that you're compromised. Something is different, especially when you have a major surgery like he had.
Next.
So whenever Roger Goodell speaks, there's a lot of eye rolls that happen from fans across the league because regardless, he's going to hit upon a topic that's just going to cause ire amongst the fan base. And this one will certainly get some ire. Well, I'm about to play. This is Roger Goodell on the state of officiating in the NFL.
I truly believe that technology can help our officials. They do a great job, but it's an incredibly fast game. The technology that you all bring with super slow-mo, you now have 3 times the number of cameras that we had several years ago. They can move the angle. We need to be able to use that to help our officials get it right. They want to get it right. They're incredibly dedicated professionals, but we need to give them that tool. And I think AI is going to be a real opportunity there. We're talking with our partners and talking with others about how we implement that to help our officials.
Look, I'm all for it. I'm a get it right guy. Okay? I don't want to take a half an hour to find out if it's right, but I'm a get it right guy. So if you want to keep incorporating all this stuff and trying new things, I'm all for it, man. I am all for it. I do not like seeing teams lose on getting hosed on a bad call.
Yeah, the chip in the baseball, all that type of, in the basketball and the football. The chip in the football, helps us be able to slow down the replay process coming from. I like how sometimes it feels like, Secaucus is, or I believe it's Secaucus, is like separate. They can overrule things. They can say things because you do want it right. But, it's always going to be that human element, right? Because you ask 5 different people, you're going to get 5 different answers. Or 3 different answers when you talk about was that a catch or an interception with Denver. It's just what it is. So no matter what technology, everything still has to be interpreted, and humans interpret things totally separately as well.
Listen, you get it right, I don't have a problem with it. Anything else? What else we got?
I do have something else, and at the Super Bowl, you're always going to have a bunch of pressers, whether it be the coaches and players, and sometimes they get asked rather, let's say, questionable questions.
Now let's keep in mind that this is opening night last night.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the night where you get 9 billion media in there, and they're going to ask goofy questions, and there's Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel, and there's all those guys hanging out and trying to have fun with guys too. What do we got with the dumb questions?
Well, let's hear from Mike Vrabel.
Is this a must-win game?
A must-win? Yeah, I think every time we go out is a must-win game. I mean, it's kind of the attitude that I've always taken in the National Football League.
Mike, lighten up. The guy's obviously joking when he asks if this is a must-win game of the Super Bowl. Right? I mean, there's no
Yeah,
way.
but you're so locked in. It depends. The coaches try and be like, players have fun, and you have some great like media days and stuff like that. Guys doing some crazy stuff, but then you have some people that just like they're in game mode too early.
Yeah, he's in game mode all week. Yeah. That's very clear. I was at one of those that the year we went to Minnesota when it was Philadelphia and the Patriots. Yeah. I screamed at Brady, if this NFL thing doesn't work out, are you going to try the XFL? And he said, I think it's worked out pretty well, to which I responded, I guess that's your opinion.
Right.
Like, just me being an idiot. But
cut his mic.
Exactly. I give it this to him. He chuckled.
Yeah, because that's because he was a veteran at that point.
Exactly. And it was Monday.
Yeah.
Everybody lighten up.
It's not even technically a real day. Like, it's not a practice day. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Relax.
I asked Jerome Bettis one time because he was doing an event for Chunky Soup if he was worried about all the salt in it that might, have him retaining water.
He was like, have you looked at me?
After 16 years of suffering as a
sorry about that. I hit the mouse by accident.
What the hell was that?
Well, that was my next cut that I was going to get to. Please carry on with this conversation.
No. We're done.
He tried to tell us, go ahead. Hurry up. Wrap it up, B.
Yeah, no, exactly. He was very subtle. You know what I don't like? Passive-aggressive. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was passive-aggressive. I apologize. This is a question that I don't like that was asked to Sam Darnold. This is a Jets fan that's in Santa Clara. And, seems like he might want to turn away from the fan base.
After 16 years of suffering as a Jets fan, I decided to make the switch. As someone like yourself who you've had success switching teams, do I have your blessing?
You can be a fan of mine and you can be a fan of the Seahawks, of course. Of course you can.
That was Sam Darnold, yes,
okay.
by the way.
Number one, 16 years. Okay, 16 years, you got nothing on this fan base right now. You basically have been here a week if you're saying 16 years.
Right.
Bart's been here longer than 16 years.
Literally.
Yes. So 16 years is nothing. And I would also point out.
Hard time.
That 16 years ago, what happened? You were going to AFC Championship game, so it was easy to be a Jet fan then.
Yeah.
Stop.
Loser. Yeah. Fair weather fan. What's that? You got your world's. Oh, do you use that for your Giants and your Yankees?
What is that, Bumbaca?
He got a violin. Violin.
Oh, it's the world's smallest violin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Hater.
Yeah.
He even plays music, too.
Really? What is it? Oh, wow.
You bought that in anticipation for the Yankees and the Giants.
You bought that on TikTok Shop, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it's from DNR.
It's from DNR?
Yeah, I believe a listener sent that in to the studio, and it's been hanging in our studio ever since.
Of course they did. I think I've seen that on IG Shop. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Do we have any others? Is that it? Wrap it up! Wrap it up, Chunky. You got it. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. The Giannis market is heating up. That's next on ESPN New York.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Books Company every time. Books delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Book's flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Book's makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Book's has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Books.com, use my promo code Canty for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Looking forward to this. Knicks fans, Bart Scott and myself, Chris Carlin, special Knicks watch party. Thursday, February 19th at Terra Moore, 150 West 30th Street, starting at 7 p.m. Watch the Knicks take on Detroit. Big Eastern Conference matchup. Wild Turkey Bourbon Specials. Great prizes and awesome vibes all night. You'll also have chances to win Knicks tickets and enter Wild Turkey Bourbon's ultimate New York game day experience this April. Join Bart and I, Terra Moore, Thursday, February 19th, tip-off 7:30. It's brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you can leave your comments. We will work more of those in throughout the course of the show. Go there, subscribe to the channel, and, of course, lock in and, hit the like button. That wouldn't kill you either, just saying. A couple of others here I wanted to bring up in relation to the Giannis situation. There's an interesting part of this. We heard Tim Bontemps earlier talking about, this is a couple of different leg injuries now for him. If you could refresh everybody's memory, what you were talking about last week with Giannis and the way his body is when it comes to leg injuries. You remember that? You talk about the calf problems?
Well, black athletes in general have a higher possibility of tearing your Achilles after 30.
Why is that?
It goes to our genetics. We have very high calves. If you look at a lot of Europeans, non-Africans, they have longer calves. It attaches. That's because they're built more for endurance and stuff like that, where most calves are high because traditionally how it goes is because we genetically grew up in a hilly terrain in Africa, so we're on our toes. So genetically we discovered, we weren't, high calves. But that being said, we have extremely flat feet too. A lot of us don't have arches. My feet are flat like a duck. And what happens is when the calves get tight, the hamstrings get tight, the back gets tight, it pulls at that Achilles. It's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
It goes down to the calf. And because we're so explosive, pushing off the Achilles, gives. You look at some of the athletes over the previous years. First started with Julio Jones, you know what I mean? Because he's so much torque, high calves. I remember Damon Woody, so many times. That's what ended his career. Kobe, it's been so many. But that's kind of why. So you get nervous, Kevin Durant. And when that calf is lingering, it's just a matter of time. You really have to watch it and manage it. The people that try to push it, Tyrese Halliburton, same thing. Right? You get close to 30, it's just a higher. They were concerned with mine, and I had to do so much slant board work. And before I did anything, I made sure it was warmed up and stretched out thoroughly before I even attempted to go do anything. Wasn't just like, let me go in the gym, no need to stretch. Nah, I had to warm them things up 5-10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize that it tied into all that. I thought it also just had to do with Giannis because of his particular body build. But
yeah.
Having said that,
altogether.
I'm hearing this a lot more. It makes me think a little bit differently about it, but I'm hearing this a lot more right now. If you trade for Giannis, are you buying more of what he was than what he's going to be? In other words, are you paying for past performance more than the future at 31 years old? I think it's way too early to be saying that.
31? Like, he's got at least 5 years.
This is what I would think.
Outstanding basketball.
Now, it's 31 with a lot of miles on the body. He was playing at 19.
Yeah, but he would have been playing somewhere at 19.
Yeah.
And remember, early on, he was a really skinny kid. He was putting weight on. He really, even in his first year, he was young. He didn't know anything. Like, you got guys that plays – basketball is not like football. Even though you're jumping and stuff like that, you see guys adjust and change their game and be I can remember when Jordan was dunking on everybody, but I also remember the late Bulls, the second reign when it was turnaround Jordan. You know what I mean, with the pump fake Jordan. Same thing with Kobe. So he'll be able to adjust. I think still be dominant, and he'll get some sky hook or some down low game. He'll adjust. He's good enough. He's one of the best of all time. He'll be, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Not saying much in basketball because everybody is.
Yeah.
But, he'll figure it out.
I can't imagine for a moment that we have already reached that point in his career where we're talking about the past performance thing. Like, I won't lie. The injury scared the daylights out of me. If you're going to lose him for a year, that's obviously a massive, massive hit. Did your mic just fall apart?
Yeah, man. Well, around here, we're just happy for a mic that turns on.
I think you turn the thing on the left side of it, and it might lock it in a little bit better.
But it always gets stripped, no matter. It's like one of those things.
Oh, my God. This thing is falling apart in his lap.
It's one of those things, man. Eventually, like, it strips. The pressure gets on it. You gotta pop this out, I'm sure, and change the whole unit. Fix it, Jesus.
But I can't imagine we're at that point yet with Giannis where we're thinking that if you make a trade for him, that you're really paying for the past and not the future. I still think you have time.
31?
It may not be future, but you're thinking about now future.
Man, this man is 31 years old. Like, come on, man. Like, this is the era where we're talking about players that are a lot longer prime than that. And so, nah, I'm not concerned in the least bit. Like, he's not even hit his prime yet. we haven't even seen him. Like, all you got to do is go back. If you think that he's just as good or a generational player like LeBron James, you got to believe that you have some elite moments still left with him. And he still can be a number one before he has to be a number two like Shaq was to Dwayne Wade. He's still the A side, in my opinion. He's going to be the A side, in my opinion, for the next 3-4 years.
Overall, I'm just trying to come up with the right way to put this. Let's just say throughout all of this, the Knicks don't end up with him, but he ends up somewhere like Miami instead.
Could come haunt him.
How much does that bother you?
Could haunt him.
I think it's a major problem.
The issue is if they don't end up with him, is that they're stuck with Cat, and Cat has a $61 million price tag coming in 2 years.
Now, if they don't get him and he ends up out west, I'll deal with it. If he ends up in Miami, like that's a kick in the pants.
Yeah, but also like my biggest concern is if you hold on to him, you're going to get stuck with having to pay Cat, and you may just pay because they folded. They shouldn't have never paid Bridges. They folded. But they gave up DiVincenzo and Julius Randle to get Cat. So do they feel like they actually gave up more to get Cat than they did to get the draft picks that they did to get Bridges?
The Giants have a new offensive coordinator, and are the Jets getting closer and closer to having a new quarterback? We'll explain in moments. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
It may be last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing market. Rushing yards over/under, all rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Will Kenneth Walker hit the over in rushing yards? How much will Drake May have to use his legs? All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Texting enrolls
enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BILL to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BILL to 231231. That's BILL to 231231. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
It is noon. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. On the ESPN New York YouTube page where you can go and subscribe and watch the show and leave your comments. Noon means what?
It's the power hour. And I ain't just nagging you. Power.
The Matt Nagy news. Look at you. Tied it all in together.
Not nagging.
Matt Nagy hired by the Giants as their new offensive coordinator. Matt Nagy hired by the Giants as their new offensive coordinator. In case you missed that this morning, happened a few minutes before our show started at 10 a.m.
And go, Joe Shane. You're going to give Joe Shane all the credit, so if it go bad.
How long do you think Joe Shane's actually here?
I think he'll be reassigned. Be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Chad Alexander messed around and end up getting the job here.
I could see it a year from now.
Yeah.
Right? Like I could see I first of all, I don't think that Joe Shane is going to have final say on who they're drafting and anything like that. That's obviously going to be John Harbaugh. But when they're going through this all, I will be curious to know what the behind-the-scenes dynamics are between John Harbaugh and Joe Shane. Because it's all hugs and stuff now, but honestly, like, it may not be that long before Harbaugh gets him pushed out.
Well, I'm just curious how much involvement and final say did he have in Baltimore, because they believe so heavily in their
front office.
Right. And Ozzy's still there.
But there was a reason to believe in that. Right? They don't have the reason to believe in it now.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't know how much experience Harbaugh actually has, because he goes from being maybe the second or third, let's say the third voice, to being the first voice.
But do you believe that based on everything that he has seen versus what we've experienced over the last couple of years, that maybe the first voice should be Harbaugh anyway, even if he's never had it before?
Well, Harbaugh's in the newlywed phase.
Yeah.
So for basically 2 years, I think Harbaugh gets to do what he wants. We watched it with Rex, and Rex held on to that power maybe too long because Rex just continued to want great defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Coples.
Oh, I mean, they kept drafting defensive players. Didn't work. Dean Milner.
No, the thing is, it wasn't not even the fact. They did here what Matt Millen did in Detroit.
Kept drafting receivers.
Yeah. They drafted Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson, Leonard Williams, Quentin Coples. All first-round draft picks. You got to sometimes switch it up, and the best way to help your offense is by helping your defense. I mean, the best way to help your offense is by helping your defense. And so we'll see what happens and how they decide to build this thing out going forward.
The Nagy thing, though, is interesting because this is somebody that a few weeks ago is interviewing for head coaching jobs and now was out of a job altogether. They got rid of him in Kansas City to bring back Eric Bieniemy, which, I'm sorry, if you're getting pushed out the door in Kansas City, does that not raise a bit of a red flag when you had Patrick Mahomes to work with and Andy Reid was the one calling the plays?
Yeah. I mean, just think. That offense has been horrible for the last 2 years.
Horrible.
Like, it's been Patrick Mahomes running for his life and making stuff up and making stuff happen.
I shouldn't say the last 2 years, the last year.
Last 2 years.
Well, I mean, he got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was because that defense. Remember
still
how
did enough.
No, hell no. Go back and see. They was winning games 15-17. Like, bro, come on.
All right, listen, I'm going to go back and look where it ranked.
2 years. 2 years ago when they went
I will give you that.
Because we know last year they were garbage.
I will give you that it certainly was nowhere near what it had been before that.
I guarantee you it wasn't top 15. They probably
what are we going to go by? Points scored?
Yeah, points scored. That's the only thing we can go with. Remember, they struggled in the red zone.
Yep.
All that. That's Matt Nagy.
Up 24 regular season. 24 regular season. Points scored.
I love the play-by-play.
Kansas City.
Remember, they were winning games.
Middle of the pack.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what Patrick Mahomes, brother.
No, hang on. This is the wrong thing here. Hang on.
Okay.
They averaged 22.6 points per game, 15th in the league.
Thank you. Middle of the pack.
Middle of the damn pack with Patrick Mahomes.
All right, well, that's not awful.
Now you got Jackson Dart. Hold up. You got a Hall of Fame. Hold on.
It's not awful.
You got a Hall of Fame tight end.
Yes. Who? Let's be real, though. The Hall of Fame tight end the last couple of years has been past his prime.
What do you mean? Last year, you know what he did last year?
That defense was 4th in the league.
Yeah, correct. I knew the defense was great.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I knew that.
They were winning games 17-20.
Well, here's the point. When it comes to Nagy, that tells you what you need to know as to why he was out there and was available as an offensive coordinator. So when you think that you've gotten the guy that was with the Chiefs and he must be good and he got a head coaching job out of it, there's a reason the Chiefs just got rid of him. So if Andy Reid really thought he was all that good, was he getting rid of him? To bring back Bieniemy, who got fired at UCLA?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. And granted, he was with Chicago this year, and they got their running game back going. But still, it does raise an eyebrow for sure.
I just don't know where the hire came from. And for people out there don't know, Harbaugh used to be, before he went to Baltimore, he was with Philadelphia underneath Andy Reid. So, if you look at all these things, these guys just go to the same place. McDonald, Mentor, hey, go get my brother. Okay, then go play for my big brother. Go play for my little brother. And they just rotate the same people, man. There's very few new blood. I know everybody's still upset that we didn't have any African American head coaches signed with 10 openings. It's no new fresh blood, no new fresh ideas.
We're waiting on the Jets. Frank Reich, according to reports, in the building today. In the building.
They're gonna do it Friday. Dump away.
But why? Oh my God! Why would that be? Why would you want to news dump it before the Super Bowl? That would be dumb. Like, wouldn't you want to get a little bit of love before that?
Nah, because when the love supposed to come for the Jets, it comes with the hate.
Are people going to hate on Frank Reich though? I don't think people are going to hate on Frank.
They'll say he wasn't. They would say he's a fired head coach and he was in Stanford.
But he went to Stanford as a favor. He went to Stanford. First of all, two things about that, okay? Because my wife went to Stanford, so we watched him a few times this year. So I actually know alarmingly more about Stanford than I should.
You was watching the back of Andrew Luck's bald head looking like Abe Lincoln.
He went there to do it as a favor to Luck. He was 4-8 at Stanford this year, and it was just an interim situation. It was come here, do this for the 1 year because they had the whole bullying thing with their head coach late last year. They had like a whole, bullying / bad coaching environment situation.
Nobody wrote a stern letter. I mean, you talk about as smart as those players are.
I think they probably wanted to get rid of him anyway, so it gave him a nice way to get rid of him and maybe a way to get a decent-sized buyout out of it so they weren't paying him the entire amount.
Smart.
Either way, he went there and did it. And they won 4 games this year. That was an awful team. They should have never won 4 games this year, and there were a couple others they could have won.
With 0 NIL money.
It's not even 0 NIL money, but it's getting people into the damn school that's hard enough. Think about it. I mean, when Stanford had their great run, it was Andrew Luck and Toby Gerhardt, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were – and Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman was on those teams too. But
and McCaffrey.
Yeah, I forgot about Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he could play a little bit. I forgot about that guy.
Second in Heisman voting.
Yeah, that's all. Good point.
Toby Gerhardt, Smearhart.
He was a legacy with Ed McCaffrey, wasn't he? They had to let him in.
Right, that's how he got in. He bought one of the buildings.
Anyway, point being that Frank Reich won more games this year with Stanford than you would have anticipated. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's the be-all, end-all. What I will tell you is that Frank Reich won a Super Bowl as the offensive coordinator with Philly, and while Doug Peterson was calling the plays back then, Frank Reich played a huge role in Carson Wentz's development that first year and a half to when Wentz when he got hurt, if you'll remember, was basically the MVP of the league when he did get hurt in 2017.
Is that Haloti?
I don't know if it was Haloti, Nada.
No,
I feel like that.
Haloti got Robert Griffin.
No, I think this happened. I think the Wentz injury happened against the Rams out west before they built that new stadium, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, and then went on to win with Nick Foles. So obviously, he's a pretty good coordinator and a pretty good play caller. I think we can all admit that. And even if he wasn't calling the plays there, he's had a very positive effect before. If the Jets come out of this today with Frank Reich as their offensive coordinator, and then let's just say by the draft, the Kyler Murray rumors continue to heat up, I think you're in a really good spot if you ended up with Kyler Murray and Frank Reich for next year. You got a chance to be better.
I mean, you talk about, the offensive line got so much chemistry together by playing together. Now, I know you don't have any guards outside of Tippmann. Unless it's, you re-sign Myers for a depth piece. So if you need to go Tippmann, Myers at center, you at least got, you don't have a hole at guard. But if you decide to bring back Simpson or you decide to bring back Bear Tucker, you have the ability to do that. And you have, to me, I think, a top – one thing I know about Kyler Murray now, you might get some sacks because he's running around back there and you give us some sacks as a defensive offensive lineman. But one thing I'm not going to worry about is like the ball being held because Kyler is a rhythm quarterback. He is a guy that, when you talk about Frank Reich, what did he do with Nick Foles? It was RPO because Nick Foles couldn't run. Now he has the opportunity to have RPO with a quarterback that can run and throw the ball from the pocket. So, I mean, I'm excited about that. I just hope that if they do that, hope they can convince a guy like Greg Roman to come in and just be the run game coordinator, make him the assistant head coach, and give him extra money.
This here would bother me, though, and this is what Connor Hughes had to say about the Jets going after Kyler Murray.
It's making me think like Kyler's going to happen. And it's just because it feels like they're going to want to splash. And if some of the main people that are pushing for moves are like, I want to splash, Kyler is the splash. That's not Kirk Cousins. That's not Jacoby Brissett. That's none of that thing. Kyler is the guy that would excite people, that's going to look fun, that's going to steal headlines, you can start to look at what he's done throughout his career at different points and be like, oh, maybe it will work here. He just needs a change of scenery. And once he gets here, I think it'll be a complete and total disaster. And I will say that, let me put it this way. If Kyler is here, I genuinely believe that's a sign that maybe there's more hands in decision-making than just Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji.
It would be the right decision.
But shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it be?
Well, he's talking about Woody.
Yeah, but shouldn't it be other people's decision outside of just two people?
To me, you let the football people do their jobs. I don't.
Yeah, it's the owner's job. It's this the owner's job to pose the question, and for you to have to explain why it's not a good idea or why it is a good idea. So I think, with that being said, like you still have to. You heard when Steve Bisciotti said, "Hey, when I interview them, maybe I see some things that they don't see." Right, when he talked about interviewing people for the head coaching job after they've been through the gauntlet through the assistants. So, I mean.
But I'm glad you brought up Bisciotti. Let's talk about that for a second. Mm-hmm. Even when he bought the team, what year did he buy the team? Like, 03?
Well, he became minority owner like 98, 2000.
So he's a minority owner when
like
they
2000,
won.
Yeah, he was older. He got a Super Bowl ring for the first with the first one. So he was there in 2000. I think he was old in 35% of the team.
Okay.
He bought the rest when Art left, I believe, in like 2004.
What did Bisciotti do over the last 25 years where you would point to him and say that was his personnel decision? My point is
the Ray Rice.
Well, it was his personnel decision. I'm talking about bringing guys in and like forcing guys to make decisions. My point is Bisciotti lets people do their jobs. And yeah, you have to explain yourself when things don't work out at the end of the year. That's the essence of any job, anywhere. Right. But Bisciotti, you never hear about him getting too involved in anything.
But we don't know if Woody's too involved. He's just assuming. He's you know what I'm saying? He's projecting. Nobody said anything that Woody was doing. He's like, and if they don't, then that means it's Woody. Like, well, maybe not. Maybe I thought it was a good idea. Maybe these football guys think it's a good idea too.
We never heard about Woody being too involved with Rex and Tannenbaum. Do you think that Woody was involved back then?
I mean, Rex, he's always given his permission to allow guys to go get who they needed. When we were here, just imagine, look at all the things he did.
All right, well then.
He went and got Cromartie. He went and got Braylon Edwards. He went and got Santonio Holmes. Like, and it was never a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when he went and got Devontae Adams, when he went out and got Aaron Rodgers, that was just him doing the same things that he did when he went to the AFC Championship. Woody ain't never been afraid to spend no money.
Well, is it the same thing, or is it just allowing your people to do what they want to do if you went out and you were the one that was pushing the Aaron Rodgers agenda?
And sometimes you got to put it on those people. I mean, he was the first person he wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers, too.
Yeah, and put in somebody with a higher Madden rating.
I mean, our idiot kids do stuff and say stuff all the time.
Yeah. Listen, I'm at the point where if the Jets walk out of this and they end up with Frank Reich and Kyler Murray, I'll go as far as to say Aaron Glenn won't get fired next year. That will be a decent football team. That will be a team with all of the other assets they have a chance to add to. They can compete in the division, I think.
I think so, too. I think that I would instantly say they at worst should finish third over it's interesting, like if Miami go get Malik Willis because Hatley was there in Green Bay, then now you got these two mobile guys coming in. I think you got to make that division one of the most complete as far as quarterbacks.
On the flip side, now that you brought Miami up, and we're considering bridge quarterbacks, can you consider Tua if Miami cuts him loose?
On this turf, his whole kneecap will fall off.
Bridge.
Forget the concussion of his head bouncing off.
Yeah.
But nah. I need somebody that's going to throw with timing and rhythm. No, I'm not wasting my time on that big contract too. No, I'm not doing it.
See, this is my point. All of the other guys that we have talked about, Jacoby Brissett, Malik Willis, people like that.
You didn't throw Joe Flacco in that thing, did you?
I didn't, but I
Saw
could.
what he did with the Bengals.
I didn't, but I could.
Did I see him at the Pro Bowl?
I believe he did.
Oh, God.
Yes, because he and Sanders were taking a picture together. Who are two guys who shouldn't be here?
Imposter syndrome.
Can we talk about that for a second? I mean, I don't mean to take a left turn. Why are we even bothering with this anymore with the Pro Bowl?
What, are they playing dodgeball?
Justin Fields was offered a chance to go and participate in this. Justin Fields was offered a chance to go and participate for the AFC in the Pro Bowl. And even Justin Fields said, I'm good. I'm going to go work on myself here this offseason. Why are we even bothering anymore? I'm not that upset about it. It's just like, who cares?
What, are they playing dodgeball?
Yeah, they're playing like dodgeball. I don't even know if they have that quarterback competition where those guys hit the moving targets anymore.
This is why like it's so non-physical that Kittle's going to play in his EZ cart. He's actually going to play. Did you see him out there? He's actually going to play.
I did. He's got the knee up on one cart.
And Parsons actually going to play with the big crutch that he got. He got a crutch. He walking around with the one crutch. He's playing too. He's eligible.
You know, it'd be amazing if Micah pulled the Seth Rollins and dropped the two crutches and just came out and played balled out in the Pro Bowl.
Put his hand, stand in the middle of the logo, and put his hands out like the Redeemer's statue.
The Pro Bowl game.
I am healed.
Honestly, who cares about this thing? 800-919.
Football got the worst All-Star game in all the sports.
They always have.
No, it used to be real.
I mean, they would. Well, all right, when I say always,
guys used to get serious when that thing was still in Honolulu.
Yeah.
When they took that thing from Hawaii and put that thing in Orlando, people were like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah.
Who wants to go to Orlando? Ain't no beach. Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I argue with you.
As soon as they got cheap and did that, people were like, I'm straight. Yeah. Put my backup in.
Let's get to Artie in Brooklyn on ESPN New York. Artie, what's going on?
Hey, guys, how's everything going? See, now you got me all pumped up. I didn't want Murray, but now I do. If you guys think it's a good idea, but here's my thing about the defensive coordinator. You know, Wynn coming in, I'm not saying that Wynn didn't do a great job and he would have been, a good coach for this team. But him coming in, I said, I don't get Glenn. He's a defensive coordinator. Even last year, he put that comment that it's his system. It was if they fired. I'm going, dude, you're the head coach. You're a defensive guy. They should be playing your system. I mean, so when they went to this guy Duke or whatever, and at least he had a relationship with him, my surprise wasn't that they got him. My surprise was more that he was like the ninth it was like a ninth choice or something like that. So
kind of like Nagy.
I'm sorry?
Said kind of like Nagy?
Yeah, like that. Like, I don't get it. Like, Nagy comes in, but you have the trust in Harbaugh. Anything that AJ does now, it just doesn't seem like he has a clue. So it could work out. But I'm asking you, is he a good defensive coordinator or not?
Aaron Glenn?
Oh, where my...
Yeah, Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I think that's what he did. He did that so he can have the power to make sure that he can make the calls, and I think he's going to teach his system. And, what's his name, Duger?
Duker.
Yeah, Duger.
You better learn it if you're going to be working for him.
He's going to be working for me. I come here to clean this stuff out. Hey, Doogie Howser. Put cover 2 on the board. But, he's like a Manchurian candidate. I think we're going to see that happening. Now I really do wonder in Tennessee, now that they hired an experienced guy, a Super Bowl champion like in Gus Bradley, does Gus run his system or does he run Saleh's? But it feels
Saleh's
like
going to be calling the plays, right?
But it feels like Saleh learned the system from Gus Bradley.
Well,
because remember he was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like all these coaches, man, I swear, it's the same people.
It's incestuous.
Yes. Yeah. That big ass word you just used, incestuous.
Considering my lisp, I probably shouldn't use the word incestuous.
Incestuous.
And that either. It's all the same thing. You know what? What do you? What's the word that you were using before? Nepotism? Yeah.
Nepotizis.
It's nepotitic.
Nepotutic. What I'm saying? Like, Saleh probably did something for him before they might have worked together with and you know what? I'll be looking for a running backs coach in Anthony Lynn. I mean, he only helped
for the Jets or for
the Jets. Thomas Jones, he's a former head coach again. Did his thing with Thomas Jones, offense coordinator with Buffalo when he was with Rex. You know what I'm saying? San Diego had Justin Herbert with 9 wins with Justin Herbert.
No white smoke out of the Jets yet? Nothing yet on who the offensive coordinator is?
They never make a decision before lunch. Bet on that.
Let's get a GD snack.
Get a damn snack. Man, you go over there now, it's too healthy, man. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm just going to.
We need Rex back in the building.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you talk about trans fat, seed oil, freaking glucose.
What?
Butter.
I feel the same way. Like when I used to get on the charter, like in the early 2000s at Rutgers, man, we'd be great. Now it's like I'm looking up all the chips are baked. Come on now with that.
Puff chips.
Seriously.
Puff chips cooked in avocado oil.
I don't need 15 rolls of string cheese. I like string cheese, but come on.
Yeah, like veggie chips.
Yeah. No.
Like, man, if you don't give me some of this red dye 40 on these chili cheese, these Flamin' Hot Cheetos, Get the hell out of here, man. I want that red dye 40, baby.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Tom Bauer has come up with a new game for us to play.
Oh.
And we will do that in just moments based on the news that we just gave you. We'll explain as we continue with Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
From 30 for 30 Podcasts.
Did you say someone got shot? Brian Pata, senior defensive lineman from Miami, gunned down.
The key to this case, it's Brian.
An hour before he died, he was on the phone arguing with somebody.
This might be a hit.
You want the truth. They just want a conviction.
Being placed under arrest.
We had a killer amongst us.
Murder at the U, coming soon.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Tuesday with Don, Hunt, and Rosenberg. Do you like the Giants' hire of Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator?
The Giants could easily be one of those worst of first type teams. They could do it. Like, I'm a big believer in Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart can be a player. The Giants have a lot of pieces.
Will the Knicks make a move before the trade deadline, even if it's not Giannis? Don, Hunt, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
It may be the last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing markets. Rushing yards over-under, alternate rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Maybe you think Kenneth Walker will go over his rushing total of 76.5 rushing yards. You can bet it. How about lowering Drake May's rushing total to 30-plus rushing yards instead of 36.5? You can bet that. Will Ramondre Stevenson have the most rushing yards of any player in this game? Guess what? You can bet that too. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 five-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there, subscribe to the channel, watch the show. Tom Bauer, you know what he's doing? He's grabbing the bull by the horns a little bit. He's trying to make things happen, and I respect it, and I like it. And Tom came to me this morning. He says, I have a new game, and it is in reference to Justin Fields being asked to participate in the Pro Bowl. Tom, explain.
Yes, so because of that kind of questionable selection, I've come up with a list of guys that may seem questionable whether or not they have become a Pro Bowler at one point in their career. No disrespect to any of these guys that we mentioned.
But we're going to disrespect them.
There might be a little shade thrown. So
so what we're saying here is you as a player may have made a Pro Bowl, but we're going to discount that right now by suggesting that you probably didn't deserve it, and so we'll put you in a category with guys who clearly never deserved to make a Pro Bowl and never did. So, in essence, we're downplaying your career accomplishments. Is that a way to really put it?
That's a good way to put it. It's also a way to say, Pro Bowl, what are you doing here with some of these guys?
Okay, that's fair. All right. So, we got a music, game show music. There we go.
Oh, I like this.
Okay.
I feel like the dude that used to come up and kiss everybody in the mouth.
Yeah, Richard Dawson.
Like, bro, you just kissed her in the mouth, man. Like, you want me to get a bum bump?
He wasn't stopping.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I get a bum bump. You don't know one of these people got that cold sore virus?
Yeah, I can guarantee there will be none of that happening in this game.
I just want to be clear. You just had Richard Dawson spreading herpes, to be clear. That's what you just
What
said.
I'm saying is, you just kissing. Just think, how many shows did he do? And he kissed everybody in the mouth. All it takes is one.
Last time I saw Richard Dawson was last weekend in The Running Man.
Yeah.
It was on last week.
And who do you love?
All right, let's go.
At any rate, this is called Were They a Pro Bowler? And we will start with Derek Anderson, former quarterback.
Derek Anderson, former quarterback, Cleveland Browns. Bart?
Oh, was he a Pro Bowler?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man. He had that 1 year where him and Braylon Edwards was going off. They won 10 games and didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Didn't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I too am going to say that Derek Anderson was a Pro Bowler.
Well, gentlemen, Derek Anderson was a Pro Bowler.
Yes!
Correct.
You're not going to fool me. Duh. I played with him. He came
We got a ding? We got a buzz? What do we got? There we go.
Yeah, we hit a ding. Bumbaca's on it.
He came from Baltimore, actually.
Okay. Next.
How about former Jets great Ryan Fitzpatrick? Harvard alum, too.
You know, 1 year somebody voted to saying I wasn't going, and they lost the Super Bowl, got pissed off. I would say, you know what? I'm going to go no.
I, too, will go no. I say Fitzpatrick never made a Pro Bowl.
You, too, will go no.
Yeah.
Matt Bumbaca, you have any suggestions here? Yes or no?
I think he was.
He thinks he was.
He played 1,000 years for 1,000 teams, but nah, he ain't never made it.
He did, Bart, but he never made a Pro Bowl.
That's right. 2 for 2.
I was wrong.
2 for 2 there, Bumbaca. On this side. All right, next.
How about some people call him a bust, some people call him a legend, at least in the college football space. How about Reggie Bush?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As a punt returner and as Kim Kardashian's boyfriend.
That'll get you to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's a Pro Bowler.
That's what you think?
Yes.
You're both wrong.
Never made a Pro Bowl.
Never a Pro Bowl.
Wow.
Not even as a returner?
That's right.
Wow.
That's the one I was shocked about. As a running back, that would be questionable. Returner, come on.
Okay.
I guess he was in the league with Hester at one point, so maybe
right.
that stole the spot.
2-1. Go ahead.
2-1, and now we continue on with our good friend, Evan Ingram.
Hell no. Not unless it was last year. Last year he did have, last year. Yup. The last year with Jacksonville when he's trying to get paid and he ended up going to Denver. Yeah. Yes.
I think he went over 1,000 yards in Jacksonville one year. Yeah.
Hold on. But, you always got Kelsey. You always got, it's a lot of good tight ends out there, man.
What if he declined?
Mark Andrews. Huh?
What if he declined?
You got Kelsey, Mark Andrews.
Well, no, if he was selected for the Pro Bowl.
No, he's saying as a replacement like Joe Flacco is.
He made it. I'm going to say, yeah, he made a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he made it last year with Jackson.
Mr. Bumbaca?
We gave you the team, too.
I'm a salty Giant fan. Evan Ingram hasn't been a Pro Bowler.
All right, so that's bitter right there. Go ahead.
That was bitter. And he was a Pro Bowler as a Giant, believe it or not. Also, as a Jaguar.
Two-time Pro Bowler.
That's a two-time Pro Bowler for you and me. No 1,000-yard season, though, with the Jags. Almost, though.
It was like 853.
Oh, okay.
963.
963. All right. Next.
How about Tyler Snoop Huntley?
Yes, he did make it. I know.
Oh,
that, I know,
last year. Because nobody played. Yeah,
right.
that's crap.
Yeah, absolutely he was. Tyler Snoop Huntley was a Pro Bowler.
Super flawed.
Yes, he was.
I see Matt Bumbaca shaking yes. Yeah, that's a unanimous yes. And he was a Pro Bowler.
Try
2022.
to get us on that one. Now, guess again, son. Go ahead.
I try my best to stump you guys. At any rate, how about Jim Plunkett?
No, I mean
Super Bowl MVP.
No, don't give me that. He won too, but he came off the bench as a backup. He didn't even qualify to play it. He was considered a bust before that. Yeah, he was a bust before that even happened.
Jim
you can't get me.
The problem he's not in the Hall of. The only reason why he's a two-time Super Bowl winner as a quarterback is because, and he had more interceptions than touchdowns.
And
in his career.
He was considered a bust. It wasn't until he went there late he got drafted by somebody else.
He was New England.
You can't get me, brother.
He was New England. Plunkett, no Pro Bowl. That's right.
Yeah, Tom threw in the Super Bowl MVP to try to throw us
off. Super Bowl MVP.
Tom's getting cute.
Yeah, I guess I am because you guys are right. Never a Pro Bowler.
That's right. That's right.
Pro Bowl was around back then.
Couple more.
Never a Pro Bowler. I got a few more for you. How about Giants great Brandon Jacobs?
Ooh. That's a good one. That's a good one. Did Brandon Jacobs ever make a Pro Bowl?
Man, he played when there was some real running backs out there, bro. That was.
So there was,
I would say no.
I would also say no.
Because he shared time with three other people half the time.
He shared time with Tiki. He shared time with Ahmad Bradshaw.
And
Derek Ward.
Yeah, and Derek Ward. It was a three-headed monster.
I would say no. Bumbaca?
Yeah, as much as I want him to be, it feels like Tom is trying to trick us here. I don't think he ever was.
See, this isn't fun if you guys are going to be wrong about everything. You guys are right again. He was never a Pro Bowler.
Exactly. That's because we're good. That's all.
Well,
they don't just give these jobs to chimps, as Michael K would say.
He thought he had like some type of I'm gonna get him. Nah, man, come on, man.
All right, well, I got two more for you. Let's see if you guys can finish these off. Let's start.
Look, now he's trying to rush through. Don't rush through it now. Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, you didn't remember my name for a second there.
No, I was trying to think of a game show host.
Wink Martindale.
That's a good game show host name.
He was.
Maybe he could turn to that if he doesn't get another DC job. At any rate, how about Vince Young?
Oh, VY, yeah. VY was a Pro Bowler his first year because Steve McNair got hurt. You can't ask questions when I was actually playing, brother. Like
I can and I will.
You know, it'd be funny if you're asking the questions at the time that Bart was actually a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, like I was there.
Yeah, I would say that Vince Young did make it.
As a rookie.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ride with Bart.
As a rookie.
There's no way he's wrong.
As a rookie.
Well, I'll tell you what. He may have been a bust, but he was a two-time Pro Bowler.
Ooh.
As a rookie.
As a rookie and in 2009, which he shouldn't have been then, but I believe the Titans had a winning record that year.
All right, next.
I got one more for you. David Garrard.
Ah, yeah. He had a good season one year. Like, before he came out with all the Chrome's commercials. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think David Garrard was a Pro Bowler. I think he was a Pro Bowler 1 year in Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm going to go.
He had 1 year when he had Crohn's. He had because that's why they gave him the Crohn's commercials.
I'll just see myself out of the studio. You guys are making this no fun for me. You're right again.
See, Tom, here's the thing, okay? I don't want to ever take away from effort. And your effort was clearly there. Hey, got an idea for a game. I'm never against an idea for a game. Never against them. Love them. The execution was poor. It's poor. We got to come up with ones.
You got to dig deep, man.
Yeah.
You got to do some research. You got to go to AI or something to get ChatGPT to get some old school, what's some good questions that stump people?
Here, I'll give you one. I'll go right to Google and type in who was the most unlikely Pro Bowler in NFL history.
I didn't think I did that.
I don't know.
It's going to say Vince Young. It's going to say David Garrard.
Anybody want to bet on what it says?
I imagine it says Tyler Huntley.
It probably is Tyler Huntley, I would say.
Nah.
Mike Borilla was the most unlikely Pro Bowler. There's a 1975 selection for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you came at me with Mike Borilla, I would have just smacked you across the face because that's too hard.
I've never heard of Mike Borilla. I don't even know who he is.
All right, here are the others. You ready? Tyler Huntley. Jerry Azuma.
I remember Azuma.
Mike Allstott. I don't know if that's so likely when they used to give it to a fullback.
Yeah, he's always going to
Greatest fullback of all time.
And the other one, Shedeur Sanders.
Now you got Youth Check has passed him, or Patrick Ricard has passed him, but he was considered like a tailback a lot.
Yeah,
too.
they loved Allstott. He was like he was a bigger Merrill Hodge, if you want to put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there. I got to get some of these comments in, which I will hear very shortly, I promise. By all means, be a part of that. So, listen, Tom, moral of the story is this. I want the ideas to keep coming. I do not want to stifle your creativity in any way. The execution of that sucked.
Wow.
And listen, it's okay. I've done many, many things on the radio that have sucked. I know what sucking on the radio is.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
That was Forrest Gump.
Wherever I was going, I was running.
That was on again last week.
Boy.
I get so sucked into these movies when they're on.
Boy, your mama sure do care about your education. Aren't you gonna say something?
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Do you like the Giants' hire of Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator?
The Giants could easily be one of those worst of first type teams. They could do it. I'm a big believer in Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart can be a player. The Giants have a lot of pieces.
Will the Knicks make a move before the trade deadline, even if it's not Giannis? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Rich Eisen here. For small businesses, every hire counts, and so does your time. Hiring can quickly become overwhelming, from sorting applications to figuring out who's truly qualified. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps. It streamlines the process so you can focus on connecting with the right candidates, not managing the noise. Hire right the first time. Post your job and get $100 off towards your job post at linkedin.com/Eisen. That's linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Some of the chat. Let's get to some of that. Leon Washington. I don't think it's the Leon Washington.
Smoke.
That was his nickname? Smoke?
I call him Smoke.
What's on top of Carlin's head? I got a cut on the top of my head.
Man, that's why you just got to start narrowing it, man.
But here's the thing. It wasn't even from that. It was smacked my head like a few weeks back. Like I hit it hard on something.
Oh, man.
And it cut it open. Took a while for it to heal. Then I hit this, finger across it by accident.
You should just get the Bam Bam Bigelow tattoo.
Yeah, I should. Cover it up. The top of my head is very sensitive. I have very sensitive skin. Very sensitive.
It looks super clean. I don't know how you got that thing like, that's low. I don't see no hint of hair. You don't see nothing.
Nah. Well, that's what happens. That's what happens. Let's see here.
Like a rusty
Some of the others. Jose in Brooklyn. Devin Hester was better than Bush as a returner.
Of course. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Strictly, he ain't in the Hall of Fame for receiver. He only did one thing.
Do it NY. Forget about careers. Mac Jones just started 8 games for one of the NFL's best quarterback whisperers, and he did pretty well. That's why he will be good. If the Jets are talking about trading for Mac Jones. Now,
see, but would they trade him?
That's my thing. I don't think San Francisco would trade him, given what Brock Purdy's injury history is, and given how well he played.
Well, being what that organization's history is.
Yes.
Remember,
why would you?
Remember, they were about to sign Tom Brady one year because their quarterbacks were hurt.
Yeah, listen, I would have no issue if you wanted to trade for Mac Jones and make him the starter, Problem is, I just don't believe for a minute that San Francisco's going to want to trade him. Unless they think they can grab another one and make him the next Mac Jones with what Shanahan can do.
Trying to think who's a contestant.
Oh, Michael K's here today. Birthday boy from yesterday. Yes.
No,
I'm excited by that.
Dude said Trey Lance.
Who Trey Lance?
Bumbaca talking crazy, man.
Bumbaca. That's why he said it off the air, not on. Jets got to go Malik Willis. Murray is too short.
Too short for what? Come on. He's already been successful in his league. What are you talking about? He doesn't get balls batted down. There's a lot of tall quarterbacks that get their ball batted down. He has an over-the-top release.
Honestly, I don't for a minute understand why you wouldn't want Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, you can win games with him. Kyler Murray would be the best Jet quarterback they've had in a long time.
Just hoping that it lasts. You know what I'm saying? But, he can put in work, man. This dude is explosive. He's a tremendous passer of the football. He's in the pocket. He's a pocket passer as well. He can throw from all the angles, and he can extend time. He can run. He can give you 800 yards rushing.
Carlin pays for that action in reference to the scar in my head.
No. I was doing a little freaky diggy.
No.
Dominatrix.
I'm not the guy that likes to get smacked around. No, that's not me.
Oh, so you do the smacking?
No.
The question is, are you wearing the latex?
No.
The latex
Here's
suit?
the thing. When you throw that stuff out there, that's fine. I don't want to see me in latex. So why would I ever wear latex? Can you imagine what that looks like?
Latex, the little cap thing that they be having, like the little cap, but it's leather.
You got me looking like the gimp.
With the remember the guy from
Nipple
The Sopranos? Remember the guy from Sopranos got caught in the gay bar?
Yeah.
He's like, hey guys, I was just playing. Just playing. And then he told Tony want to see you. He's like, all right, I'm on my way.
Again, nobody wants to see me in that much leather. I don't want to see me in that much leather or latex or any of it.
It's patent leather.
Whatever it is. Nobody wants to see that. Like, if that is your fetish, man, God bless you. Carlin, the reason you don't want Kyler Murray is that he was accused of caring more for online games than football. Seth, that was 3 years ago.
Right.
That's just silly to get back into that. This is not what has been talked about with him over the last year and a half. They're trying to reset the clock and get out of the contract.
Right.
The Cardinals are nowhere.
2 coaches, right.
Yeah, they are absolutely nowhere. So they are trying to move on, get a new young quarterback, and try to go from there.
I understand that Kyler Murray is talented, but his career record is 38, 48, and 1.
Look who he's
playing for the Cardinals.
He's playing for the Cardinals.
And he's going to go play for the Jets.
Bro, he was the first one.
Look who he's playing for.
But look who he's playing with. That's the difference.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Kyler Murray is going to come.
Who he's playing with? Hold up. In 2019, you know why he was the number 1 pick?
Because he's talented.
Because the team he went to sucked. That's why they had the number 1 pick. So what are you talking about? But
a year after they drafted a quarterback,
right? And a year after they drafted somebody, and he was 8-8 his first year, 9-5 his second year. What are you talking about?
The thing about Kyler Murray primarily is injury, is health.
I've been saying Kyler Murray. Not everybody want to jump on it like they claimed it. I've been saying this for 3 months.
I have too.
You just were questioning it.
You just questioned it. What the hell?
I've been saying for months now that Kyler Murray is going to be the starting quarterback of the New York Jets.
Bumbaca, I mean this in the kindest way. When you got to work, stay off the drugs. Like don't smoke and then come in. Like smoke after.
Are you in a K-hole, man?
You know what I'm saying? It's like coming to America, son. If you're gonna pay here, I was watching this outstanding job. The Giants of Green Bay, the Giants of New York was going against the Giants of Green Bay, and they won by kicking the oblong pigskin to a big H. Son, I'm saying this one time. If you want to continue working here, stay off the drugs.
Primo Sabe, Carlin wouldn't look bad in a leather jacket. I've only owned one leather jacket in my life.
Oh, with a white T-shirt? Like a
white
T-shirt? Like Bronx style, white T-shirt?
No.
In jeans?
It was a longer one that kind of like went down past my waist.
You was like a fat.
Wasn't a duster.
You're like a fat Morpheus.
No, wasn't. Again, it wasn't that long, but it went down past my waist.
It's 3/4.
Yeah, it's about a 3/4.
Yeah, the 3/4. Yeah. Oh, that's like, oh boy, what's the gangster from Spider-Man?
Oh, what's that guy's name? The bad guy in Spider-Man.
Doc Ock?
Doc Ock? Yeah.
Is that you got the black got the white suit with the black tie?
The fat Doc Ock.
Hey, he's a beat Spider-Man ass, man. Hit him with that punch.
And then finally, Jose in Brooklyn, Bart has been pushing Kyler before Matt. Matt who?
Fact.
Before Matt Bumbaca? Yeah. Long before Matt Bumbaca.
I'm like 3 months in, man.
Kyler's been pushing him. Bart's been pushing him a long time.
Like I said, people won't appreciate what I be saying and what I be doing because I'd be too early, but then it becomes popular, then everybody want to take credit for it. I'm sure I'll go and get up and somebody will say, oh, yeah.
See, here's the thing. You have this complex about this, that you've been saying things for months and months. And usually you're right.
Remember Canty stole my stuff?
Yeah.
And then I had to bring it up and go get the tape.
And he got all bent out of shape.
Yeah. And then he started, whining.
Listen, people don't like it when you call them out. That's all. That's all.
I'll just say quote your sources, man. That's all.
Their sources, you.
It's like I'm like Rain Man when it comes to this football stuff. Just like Michael K is with baseball. I'm Rain Man. I see things before they even take place. I see them formulating. I see the storm building out in the Gulf, about to come across the nation.
And God, I spilled the coffee.
Yeah, we need real stuff.
Is this on the floor? Is this on your shirt again?
Over. Oh my God! I did it again.
He spilled it twice.
I did it again.
The fat sausage fingers.
Hand me. There's nothing in it. Oh my God! That's a way to end the show. Bart and Carlin. Oh my God! In New York. Everybody, calm down.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Do you like the Giants' hire of Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator?
The Giants could easily be one of those worst of first type teams. They could do it. Like, I'm a big believer in Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart can be a player. The Giants have a lot of pieces.
Will the Knicks make a move before the trade deadline, even if it's not Giannis? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.